podcast contains opinion and commentary protected under the First Amendment and fair use, as well as public records and freedom of information laws. The content may include adult themes, adult concepts, and adult language not suitable for all audiences. For the safety of all, no viewer should ever engage with, interact with, seek out, or contact in any way persons being discussed, including those under criminal prosecution, and especially those that state,
"It's not like I've gone and killed somebody!"
Viewer discretion is advised.
Step inside, take a seat, let the stories feed your soul. Hear the echoes, find the patterns, every truth, each hidden role. From the bench to the whispers, where the gavel takes its toll. There's a rhythm in the verdict, echoes from the cubby hole. Echoes, echoes from the cubby hole, where justice swings and stories unfold. Echoes, echoes, feed your soul. We're talking truth from the cubby hole.
Welcome everyone back to your favorite cubbyhole on the internet. Welcome back to my channel. It is just me, myself, and I today. Jeep Daddy is out doing the Jeep things. He's out doing his off-roading, whatever it is he does. So, it's just me. You get to deal with me, folks. Nick Starro has just gone through the David Gingras Arizona bar complaint. So there's people hanging out over at Nick Starro. I have received word via Twitter that Ian Runkle of the Bailey, has a video uploading with the same content about the Arizona bar. So it's kind of a busy weekend. It is kind of a busy weekend, and we've got more to cover in the real estate debacles. Because there's more. I should have started with the first large document rather than just kind of taking an extrapolated document. I couldn't help it. I thought, well, okay, maybe I'll break these things up. But now I had to get all however many hundred pages of it. Oh, God, it's an immense, absolutely immense document. And as Bruce the Moose, who's making the rounds today himself, he is Yar today, folks. Bruce the Moose is Yar. There are nautical references, I think, that could be implied by that, but never mind. And definitely justice for the bar guy. My God. It's not normal for an attorney to have a 30, 50-something page bar complaint. 50-something with exhibits. It's not normal. So kudos to Nick Starro and Mo in the Deep End, who were reading through that nonsense, which we covered the other night. But that's not what we're doing today, because we've already done it. We are going to get caught up on the rest of the real estate story. We have the rest of the real estate story to cover. So let's see. Hi, everybody. Hi, IB. Hi, Robin. Let's see who else is here. Let's see. The Omal Dixon. There's all kinds of people. Dan Usher. Hi, chat. Hi, everybody in chat. Good to see you. Hope your Saturday is going well. I decided, well, since I'm going to do this by myself, maybe it'll go quicker. Maybe it'll go faster without the snark gallery always taking up time. Oh, he's going to hate me for saying that, isn't he? He should be buying a new mic. Daddy Warbucks, as I want to call him. I can't call him what I actually call him because, well, I shouldn't dox him. But Daddy Warbucks should be out buying a new mic rather than flitting his dollars away off-roading all the time. But never mind. He says it's my fault for dragging him into this. So I have to bear the expense of making him look good on the YouTubes, which I'm reluctant to do. But that's the way it is. So we've got this thing. Without him poking at me, this can go much quicker. It really can. I don't know how else to do it because, we don't have to have 15 minutes of banter back and forth of him, laying into me or vice versa. Sometimes the case is. So we can get right into this thing. And this is Clayton's, oops, if I hit the damn hot buttons on my keyboard. Stop that. Stop it. Okay, StreamYard's just being fussy. That's the way it is. So we've got Clayton's response. We've got Clayton's response to Laura Owens' complaint. And if you didn't know already, Laura Knighty with Bruce and a little bit with Tiff, they've talked about most of this, so this is not new. You can hear it other places. You can hear it in other voices if you so desire. I am here to cover all the rest because I can and I want to do so. I've talked about my completion complex, so I am completing. And let's see how we do. We have tinkled, we have a full tankard, and off we go. Off to the races. So this is Clayton's document recounting the facts. This is response to the case C23-, etc., etc., etc. Please reference the document titled Laura Owens Transcript for a complete overview of the messages that were sent between Laura and I, Clayton Echard, via text. We'll get to some of those. And Danny asks, is this the response to the real estate complaint? And yes, Danny, it sure the heck is. And it just goes on forever. I may skip past some of the real estate ease where they, are going back and forth about properties. I don't find that so interesting. But what I do find interesting is all the rest. So, here we go. If you haven't had your Saturday treat, go grab something. You may want it. Maybe you're listening during dinner. That's good too. When it gets icky, you may want to change the channel. Not that I encourage it. We want the views here. We want you to hit the buttons down below, the likes and the subscribes and the bells and do the things. Do all the things. So this is Clayton's narrative to start. We are on page 64 of the 186-page document that is referenced in the show notes today. So if you wish to follow along at home, you are welcome to do so. We've also included links to the Love Trapped podcast because it is fabulous. And you must. I've heard that it's climbed to number 4 lately. So let's see if we can get that thing to number 1. I listen to it constantly, it seems like. I'm listening on different devices, and I swear, every time I hear it again, I catch yet another little nugget. I just catch more. I don't know how that's possible, but it is. I'm just getting more and more and more the more this goes on. So, here we go. Clayton says in his narrative here, Laura Owens initially reached out to me on LinkedIn back in March of this year and stated she wanted to buy investment properties. Knowing that I was a real estate agent, she asked if I would be willing to help her out, which I said I would be happy to do so. On March 10, Laura and I engaged in a series of text messages that eventually led to her coming over to my house and us hooking up. And if those of you who've listened to the podcast know, hooking up for Clayton meant, well, she gave him a couple BJs. We did not have sexual intercourse, which is important to note for a later point I will bring up. However, she did perform oral on me twice. Oh, look, he says so. See, transparency hasn't died yet. The next day, Laura and I went to look at properties. At the end of viewing a home, I asked Laura to sit with me in my car to talk about the night before, that being when they hooked up. I told her that I had made a mistake by inviting her over to my house and that I felt it was unprofessional for me to do so. I told her that if she wanted to find a new real estate agent to work with, I understood and didn't want things to be weird between us. She told me that things would not be weird, but then asked if I was willing to give her a chance and date her. Oh my God, already? Since she really enjoyed that night, I told her that I was not interested in doing so and that I wanted to proceed forward as friends. She began to cry. Oh, she began to cry. She began to cry.
Steven called me a dumbass.
And said it was upsetting that I wasn't willing to give her a chance. But eventually she said she understood that we could proceed forward with working together. Over the course of a few days, we looked at multiple properties and eventually Laura settled on 2. And there's the properties there. We don't care. We ended up writing up offers for both properties. However, Laura would not keep things professional between us. She kept asking to go on a date and for me to give her a chance with dating, to which I said I had no interest. This led to her becoming upset again and stating that she didn't feel that she would be able to work with me if I wasn't willing to give her a chance. I told her that I respected her feelings, and if that was the case, we should not work together. But once again, she said that she did not want to work with anyone else. Oh, we wonder why, don't we? Oh my goodness. Perhaps Love Trapped is indeed an accurate title for that podcast, because what else do you call it? I began to question if Laura actually wanted to buy real estate, or if she was really trying to spend more time around me. I think we know the answer to that, don't we? No matter how many times I asked to keep things professional, she would not do so and continued to say that it would be hard to work together if I weren't willing to give her a chance and date her. Ew. Eventually, my gut told me that I needed to back out of representing her and refer her to someone else. So I told her I was no longer going to be representing her. She panicked and asked, "What about the current deals that we sent over?" To which I replied by telling her to find another agent and tell him or her the terms of the deal that she wanted to make. She said that she wouldn't do that because she only wanted to work with me. We call that obsession, folks. But I once again confirmed that I would no longer be representing her. I sent her a list of names via Google of other agents and told her to reach out to them, and also mentioned that I could put her in contact with someone from my real estate team. She then sent an email to my broker, Kathy Swan, and said that I had violated my responsibilities as an agent and that she either wanted me to be punished for my behavior or I could continue to work with her and she wouldn't ask for punishment to be divvied out to me. That's so bizarre. Talk about full Karen. I told Kathy that I was not willing to work with her, so Kathy relayed to Laura that I would not be interacting with her further. Kathy also said that she would be happy to put her in contact with another agent to close on the 2 deals that we had written offers for. Laura declined and then sent me a message stating that she was pregnant. I believe that was 11 days later. Ew. Ew. She doesn't get it. As I stated before, Laura and I never had sexual intercourse, so her claim is ridiculous in nature. For the last half year, Laura has harassed me via email and text messaging about me being the father to her unborn children. I told Laura that I would take a paternity test. However, she placed a stipulation on it, and she would only take the test if I were to date her with intention, in quotes, for a couple weeks. She would not take the test under any circumstance. I declined, and this is where we stand today. Laura continues to harass me with messages, and now this filing of a complaint. She will not provide me with visitation documentation of the ultrasounds that she claims she has done, nor will she let me speak to any of the medical providers that have seen her and administered the ultrasounds. The only proof she has given me is a positive pregnancy test, but there's no telling if she got pregnant by somebody else or if she's pregnant to begin with. As I have said, she will not allow me to speak to any of the doctors that have seen her. Why am I telling you all of this? Simply because Laura Owens has an obsession with me, and the emails and text messages prove that. I spent time on reality TV as the former lead of season 26 of ABC's The Bachelor, and unfortunately am subjected to obsessive individuals and false claims constantly. God, that just sounds horrific, doesn't it? The things these poor guys are subjected to from this woman. It is just the nature of being a celebrity, which I don't consider myself, but I am by some people's standards. Laura is doing whatever she can to keep communication between her and me going, since I have blocked her on all social media, email, and text, and no longer am reading or responding to her messages. She has now resorted to reaching out to you all, and she knows the pregnancy stint, also in quotes, has run its course, and she now needs to focus on a new tactic. He was not wrong. I am sure that Laura mentioned to you all that I had violated my duties and cost her millions in dollars of real estate transactions. However, she never had any real intention of actually following through with those deals, and attached below is proof of this. See below. The offer on Lynn Oaks was accepted by the seller and the agent. I told the agent, John, via a phone call that I was no longer representing Laura, and also informed him that she said she would not allow any other agents to represent her. He said that he would be willing to represent her and stated he would give her a phone call. Upon us ending the phone call, I then texted him to confirm transfer of responsibility of representation. He texted me the next day stating she bailed on the deal. Oh, we're not surprised, are we? Oh, dear. Was she ever really going to do it? Well, I think she only kind of pursued things with her mother, buying out the rest because, well, it didn't go the way she wanted. And she had to have something in the end to sort of cover her tracks, would be my estimation. Which is why Liz Max, via her mother's finances, ostensibly, covered the cost of picking up a house. So, yeah, it was sort of the booby prize of not getting Clayton sucked in, I guess. He had texted me the next day that she bailed. This confirmed what I'd known all along, which was that Laura never had any intention of buying real estate. The ball was in her court to move forward with the deal, as she was first in position to go under contract on the home, and yet she backed out. She just used that initial introductory line on LinkedIn to get closer to me, and we're not surprised. You are welcome to look through all of the documentation that I've sent over in the Google link drive below. It's a lot, but I've captured all of it, as I plan on suing her for defamation. Oh, wow, was he? Plan on suing her for defamation of character and emotional damage. Well, good for him. Maybe he still can. That would be, well, I mean, he's still got a pending judgment. So, yeah. I have been documenting everything she continues to send to build up more of a case for when I decide to take action. For y'all's purposes, I think it should have been y'all, I tried to keep it concise and just have you reference the image below and document that I bolded above Laura Owens' transcript, as those pertain directly to the real estate transactions. Everything else deals with her claiming she's pregnant, and I doubt it is important for your investigation. It will, however, showcase her mental state, and I think that's important to note because I picked up on it early and is why I told her I could not represent her further. I have provided everything I have to show why it was not in anyone's best interest that I represent her, nor continue to communicate with her. She currently is threatening to go public to defame me, as you can see by the LO email 906 folder within the drive link. I received 5 emails a day on average from her, even though I never respond. As I said before, this has gone on for over half a year now. If you decide to read all of the messages, make sure you read them in chronological order and read all of it as full context is needed in order to make any judgment. Seems to be generally true with this. The reason I say this is because in Laura's most recent messages, she is blatantly lying about me not being willing to take a paternity test. I said I would take one at any point, but that I would not do it if her stipulation of us having to date exclusively for a week or two, in quotes, was involved. She never agreed to my request and continued to say that her stipulation was the only way she would schedule the test. But once I went back to not responding to her messages, she started saying she would do it with no stipulations. I then responded, okay, let's schedule it. To which she went right back to adding in her stipulation. Oh, one-trick ponies. I highlight this so that you can see how she is gaslighting me and those that she reaches out to. To reiterate, I do not believe I am the father, but have been trying to take the paternity test, as that will effectively end this all. She knows this too, which is why she ultimately has been objecting to taking one. And we've got some other stuff here about the Google link, and now we have some text messages. Let's see. That's some stuff to the realtor about how she bailed and so forth. We'll keep moving ahead a little bit because we want all of the communications. That's the juicy stuff. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was from Laura Owens. Oh my. First interaction from LinkedIn, 7:20 a.m., May 17th. I will assume this is 2023. From Laura Owens. Hi. I'm looking to connect with similar-minded young entrepreneurs in Scottsdale. I see that you work for the Zabec Group, and I actually contacted them recently. Actually. They were going to connect me with someone who could help me find investment properties, but haven't yet. Let me know if you can help. And Clayton responds, "Hi, Laura. I'm all for building connections with good people in Scottsdale, especially since I'm relatively new here. I'm starting to lean into the investment side of things as of lately, so I'd be happy to talk further with you and see how I can help. Shoot me a text at redacted if it works for you. I'd love to meet in person to talk more." Text from LinkedIn via Laura Owens, or vice versa. Text from Laura Owens via LinkedIn via other things. Texting begins May 17. Hi, Clayton. Hi, Clayton. It's Laura Owens from LinkedIn. Super eager to get started investing and already connected with hard money lender who will fund 85% LTV once I find the right properties. I'm especially interested in whatever that number is if you know of anything. Oh. Hey, Laura, if you can, please send back over to me the following information. And there's some back and forth there. Preferred location, Scottsdale only. There's some stuff. Price range, around $750. Hope to raise my budget as I continue on my investment journey. Dwelling type, any. No min-max for investments, but for the optimified with 1 bedroom or even studio. Square footage, any. Interior home design, any. Special features. Oh, it's okay. This is response. Let's move along. I don't want to read about the real estate stuff. I just don't. No. Let's see. Audio message paraphrased. Let's see. We talk about Airbnbs a little bit and what we find for Airbnbs are priced. Blah, 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 blah. Let's see. Audio message. Paraphrased audio message. So we chat real estate. We chat real estate, and that's how a lot of this just kind of goes back and forth. Well, let's see. Well, if I had a little more time with this earlier today, I was too busy listening to Nick Starro. I would have highlighted some things. Let's see. We're talking about locations. We're talking about times and places and times and places. Okay, now we're talking about financing and MLS numbers. Let's see. There's some showings. There's some unit showings. Let's see. It's a seller carry 425K purchase. This looks like a text message. You could probably get it for 400. It's too. What's the address? Just slide me a little finder's fee. Let's see. Clayton responds, "How funny. I had an agent on my team text me this an hour ago. She knows I want an investment property, so she sent it over. But I'm not interested in it, so don't worry. I wouldn't be competing against you." Laura responds, "Ha ha ha, you found it first. You sure you're not interested? I can totally pass on it and look for another." Oh, let's see. More talking. Let's see. I'm just skimming through. I want to stay to the good stuff. I just don't care about the back and forth about properties. I just don't. Let's see. Do you think you could figure out something to put together before if that's hot? I don't really care what it looks like if it will cash flow. Oh, as in put together an offer, I can do that for you. Just to confirm you aren't currently working with other agents. Correct. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, we talk about down payments. We talk about 425. Boy, that number is just kind of sticking out everywhere. No open houses for the weekend. We're talking about specific property, more LTV stuff. Insurance policies. He's going to make some calls. We're talking more about deals. Conversations back and forth. Oh, this might be where it gets a little bit cheeky. Let's see. For sure, I'm competing at the horse show for the next couple of hours. Oh, so we're competing at horse shows for more than 4 minutes. That could be useful information. Let's okay, we're talking about making a game plan and hopping on the phone and making a creative offer to a seller's agent. Okay, and then she responds, "I'm competing at a horse show for the next couple of hours, but can later this afternoon if that works. I'm going to forward you what Corey said too." Oh. I asked if you could call her and haven't heard back, but I'm sure you can. It will be coming from my work email at Laura Michelle Owens. I'm just guessing. It's probably what it is. But again, don't send anything to anybody. Don't impersonate. Don't go hunting after them. Don't find them. Standard disclaimers apply. Yes, call me when you're able to. Oh, sorry, that's Clayton. Wrong voice. Clayton says, yes, call me when you're able to. He told me he would let me know if a deal comes in that they're seriously considering. He's calling the tenant now to see if we can see it Sunday, and he would be willing to meet us. So I think a good conversation between us three would be highly impactful. He mentioned how the seller doesn't want to take second position, and apparently they've had 40 or so creative deals. Okay, so they're looking at some stuff. Let's see, that's insurance plans. I think we may be able to do as well with the right. Let's see, I'll bet we can convince them. So we're talking about convincing the seller and the agent, I think, right? Yeah, more or less. Clayton responds, I think we might be able to sell I think we may be able to as well with the right wording. And maybe we just need to take him down to Casa Amigos. Is that good local Mexican? That could be good. Note to self. And then Laura Owens says, and drink enough to get him to like us, but not so much that we puke on him. In all honesty, though, I had a great time talking to you and would actually love to... Oh, here we go. Would love to get a drink with you next week if you want to. Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. Oh, yikes. Okay, Echard says, we need him to puke so then we can have blackmail over him. Just joking. Yay, we can do that. I won't be able to Tuesday after showings because it's my brother's birthday, so we're taking him out to dinner. But we could find another day in the week. Or Owen says, ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Both of us need to. Just give us 4 drinks and we're good to blah. OMG, let's move the showings. Spend time with your brother. We can do another day. Clayton responds, well, as long as we help limit one another, we'll be good. No, it's all good. I wasn't going to spend the whole day with them. We'll have plenty of time to get dinner after the showings. Plus we got all 4 showings to approve around the same time. So we should definitely take advantage of that. Laura Owens. Ha 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 ha. You would need to limit me to 3. Okay, well, I'll look fast. I also found another potential investment seller finance deal that I like. It would be awesome to do multiple. I want a portfolio! ! Also, ... I know that you were the Bachelor. Oh, see, she did know. I know you were the Bachelor. Oh, but I don't watch the show? Huh? Sorry, I don't think that's true. Because I remember collecting some audio of Ron Owens with his daughters and Mommy Dearest talking about how they fervently watch The Bachelor at their house. I have that somewhere. I don't think this is true. She knew who she was going after. She knew exactly who she was targeting, in my opinion. And truly know nothing about you. Sure. So I'd genuinely like to organically get to know you since we seem to have a ton in common. I've gone on one date in 1 year and have never been bold enough to ask a guy out, but I would love to go on a date with you, so let me know what works. Next week is wide open for me. Clayton Echard says, I can't promise anything. Love that you're wanting to go full steam ahead. She might have misinterpreted that one. Have to move quickly in this market and in the real estate game in general these days. I'm all for getting a drink. I will say I'm happy with being single and am not technically looking to settle down. But I'll never pass up a good conversation. I suppose you never know what can happen with one convo. Laura Owens. Yep, I have a list going of spots I'd like to check out. Found SFR talking about properties. And I really apologize for being so forward. I'm super embarrassed and obviously didn't want to make you feel uncomfortable. I don't want you to feel obligated, so don't feel like you have to do it. Oh, well, that turned out to be an Achilles heel, didn't it? Yep, I've got lots of spots I want to check. Found after... Okay, whoops, I'm skipping paragraphs. I don't want you to feel obligated. Okay, so Clayton responds. Don't be embarrassed at all. It didn't bother me one bit. I respect you being forward. I like people like that. Just wanted to let you know where I'm at because I don't want to waste anyone's time. Let's check them out when you're able to. Referring to the houses, happy to help wherever I can, however I can. Laura responds, I've had my eye on the Lynn Oaks. Seem good zip price cut, blah, 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 blah. Further relationship loving. I'm not looking to jump into anything seriously quickly either, and always let things develop organically. Like threatening him and issuing dating contracts. Is that organically? I'm not so sure about that, folks. What do you think? I don't think so at all. I was just saying I would be open to grabbing a drink and seeing if there's anything there beyond business, since we seem to have a lot in common. With that being said, if you're up to getting a drink this week, great. If not, I feel embarrassed and wouldn't be offended if you wanted another agent at your firm to help me with deals beyond the one we were working on. Oh, well, it wouldn't have made much difference, I don't think, but too bad he didn't move on that one. Danger, danger, Clayton, danger. He responds, I'll take a look at it today when I'm at my open house showing. I'm totally up for grabbing a drink. Seriously, I'm not bothered at all. Well, he seems very easygoing. Haven't met him yet, but he seems very easygoing. Some people are just that way. They're not bothered by anything, and it's only when things really go bad that they get bothered. Laura Owens says, I would really appreciate it if you would ask about seller finance terms, blah, 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 blah. Also, did you find out about agents, blah, blah, blah. Everyone's favorite response when they ask someone out. I'm not bothered at all. Ee-hee-hee emoji, but good. I'll look forward to it. Audio message paraphrased. Presumably from Clayton. Yeah, I'll take a look into it, let you know the terms once I figure it out. Talk to the agent of the house. I was going to say I'm skipping a little bit. If there's any way he could protect his investment, not going to default. You're not going to default and are good on your end. Yeah, trying to protect that side makes perfect sense. I think we need to prove to the sellers that you're good on your end. Well, he would have had egg on his face in the end, wouldn't he, if anything had proceeded. Since, of course, in all of the shuffling about with the bankruptcy stuff with Mommy and Daddy, the Liz Max house is no more. They could take a position in your LLC, so if you default, you could prove that you have funds they could capture. Don't know if you want to take that position yourself, but it would instill confidence in them. That's a pretty easy sell, and we can show the numbers that she does have the funds. Let me know your thoughts on that. It puts more risk on your end, but if you're confident that you won't default, then it'll show the sellers that you're serious and they'll be more comfortable with taking second position. Ooh. From Laura Owens, sorry I missed your call. On a horse, then can't hold my phone to my ear or use earbuds while I'm writing at the show, or I get eliminated. Haha. Can you text? Audio message paraphrased from Clayton. It's all good. I can send you this voice message. Let's see. Just about the Lynn Oaks. There's some terms. There's some pricing. Blah, 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 blah. Laura responds, just done and listened. My two established LLCs are co-owned by me and my mom. Oh, so we're not just a manager. We say it again. It's co-owned by me and my mom. Hey, Sarah, good to see you. So I wouldn't doubt she wouldn't want him added to those, but I could have that conversation with her if needed, but I think there's an easier way. I just started a real estate LLC a couple weeks ago. Oh, isn't that a kawinky dink? My thought was I would put the house into that LLC and add him on that. So if I defaulted, which is 1,000,000% never would happen, he would have gotten the benefit of all my payments and would own the house again. This all sounds weird to me. I've not heard of houses and real estate being sold this way, but I know nothing. I don't practice in real estate either, just like I don't practice in law, nor am I a legal scholar, nor do I practice in anything medical. Clayton Echard responds, and the private lender would have no issue with that, correct? I imagine they wouldn't, but just because I haven't done what you are suggesting yet, so I'm curious. Would you be okay with me taking a screenshot of that message and sending to the listing agent? Or do you think it would, or do you want to think it through before tossing it out there? Stumbling over words. Laura Owens. Of course, send it over. Nope. I actually learned about that from doing a private... What? Doing that from a private money lender? Oh, I wonder who. I can explain it more tomorrow to the lender if that would help. If I were him, I would prefer that since it would provide more assurance than adding him to my other LLCs, like the ones that don't operate and are worthless, allegedly. Where, for all he knows, the balance is $300K one day and I emptied it all out the next. Paging DOJ Jennifer Gimo. Paging DOJ Jennifer Gimo. Has there ever been a balance one day of 6 figures and then the next day it's gone? and it's emptied. Paging DOJ Jennifer. At least if he was on the LLC, I bought the house and he would have long-term assurance. I would want him to get off private money, blah, 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 money, blah, blah. Okay, moving along. Let's see, I think, let's see. We're just talking about more house stuff. More house stuff. I'm going to skip ahead a little more. Let's see. Ready to go for an offer tomorrow. Writing it up. Also, here we go. Also, non-real estate drink Wednesday or Thursday. Clayton Echard. Well, he doesn't respond to that directly. Let's see. Yes and yes and yes. Don't want to offend him by offering too much money. I guess. Seller carry. REI, build a portfolio. Let's see. All right. We're talking more about, what is it? Too much of a duration. Oh, okay. We're talking about time frames. And then she talks about getting in and out of her clothes. I need to put my big girl pants on for REI if I want to build a portfolio. Also, I know I'm getting to be able to get someone who will do second. I love a good challenge. And being in bed sounds so nice right now. Oh my God. I find it hard to get up to. It's just, I just got home and can't wait to get out of these riding clothes and into comfy clothes. What did you do today? Now we're trying to pretend to be a girlfriend, perhaps? So let's see. Was he talking about, oh, I see. So Clayton had got out of bed and took a nap, or wants to take a nap or something. All right. Don't talk about your bed. Yikes. Absolutely yikes. Hi, Batty. How you doing? Happy Saturday. Maybe Laura Owens. Okay. I don't know why this says maybe Laura Owens. It's not maybe. It is Laura Owens. I'm going to make it happen. Watch me. That's amazing. Congrats. I may be keeping you busy with how many I want to buy. You need to get your first investment. I was thinking more about your construction new build strategy, and I love it. Sounds like a challenge with a big payout. Sounds like a very busy day. Do your cousins live here too? It's awesome that you're into mental health. I'm super passionate about that too. Would love to hear more about that! Exclamation point. So funny. I've been online shopping for a stand mirror the last couple days. Not much on the agenda. Checking on the horses, taking a shower, and figuring out how to structure this deal. Super exciting Saturday night. You. Audio message paraphrased. Have no doubt we're going to make it happen. I don't mind being busy. I'd rather be busy than have nothing to do. I'm going to IKEA now to get furniture for my place. The construction stuff is going to be awesome. Maybe we could get you into it. That if it makes sense with builder pricing. Sat a home today where the guy is going to flip a home for 150, 200K over build price. We'll keep working with that as time goes on. My cousins live in Miami and just came for a wedding. I would need a few hours of your time to talk about mental health. We can talk about it during a drink. Oh, Clayton. Sounds like you'll have a responsible night. I may go home and sit out my balcony, or I may go out and party. Depends on how IKEA goes. After IKEA, I would not want to go out partying, but that's just me. I'm old. Laura Owens, good luck at IKEA. Hopefully I end up there soon buying furniture for STR, for a house. I worked out this AM, probably at Barry's, but thinking I'm going to do a second now. More than once a day? Yikes. Your getting out of bed motivated me not to be lazy. I'm obsessed with working out, and you never have too many glute workouts, in my opinion. Oh, God. Really? Clayton Echard. Actually, I really like IKEA. Well, the shopping part, not the assembly. Oh, Clayton, that's the best part. I like putting it together myself. Laura Owens responds, okay, well, now you're making me feel like I need to do another. Clayton says, never can do too much glute work. I'm caked up myself. Oh, stop. Okay, this is bad. Don't talk about your parts if you're trying to keep it professional. That's just the rules, folks. Oh, let's see. Batty says, I hope you're saving the detailed parts for Jeep Daddy. I can promise nothing. I promise nothing, and Who knows? He could blow in here at any time. I don't know what his plans for today were. I didn't bother asking. I just decided on a whim while I was watching Nick Starro to do this. So it's like, you know what? I've got the document. Let's just keep going. Let's cover it. I may not be able to get through the whole thing. We're not even halfway. This whole thing, just to remind everybody, is 186 pages. 186. We covered the first 64 in round one prior to the Dingus, Arizona bar filing. So we're at 85 of 186. So there's that. IB says, it's crazy how her tone and messages just change in the space of a few days. Yes, and it seems that Laura already sort of fancies herself Mrs. Echard in a way. Oh, I'm Clayton's girlfriend, even though we haven't really, it's not official, but I'm going to be like that. She lives in a curious fantasy world. Yeah, she wants to live out the fantasies, obviously. Is Clayton caked up? Is Clayton clayed up? Yeah, well, that works too, I suppose. He's tall, but I don't know. I didn't think Clayton was caked up. What do I know? I'll have to go check out more pictures, I suppose. Laura Owens, yes, 1,000,000%. Let's see, how is that right? No, 100,000%, sorry. I have to count the zeros. Hate the assembly part. Might need some help. Looking good on the second. Fingers and toes crossed. Night in Old Town sounds more fun than doing a booty band workout. I'm sure my butt beats yours. Oh my God. Oh my God. It was a nickname given in high school. It was given a name in high school. Which part? Her butt? Does Laura Owens' booty have a name? Inquiring minds want to know. Not that I'm interested in said booty, but okay. I mean, she said it. Ostensibly, allegedly. Right there in the highlighted portion. Does that mean she has a high school reputation? I mean, she allegedly went to an all-girls Catholic school? Or at least a Catholic school. Maybe it wasn't all girls. Curiouser and curiouser. I don't know. I'm curious, though. Bruce says, I thought its nickname was Tony Robbins. You may be right, Bruce. I don't know. Clayton says, crossing everything. Oh, he's asking, do we get told? What was the nickname? I think you're severely underestimating me. I have a strong lower body. Oh, no. Laura Owens, it's more fun if you guess. Maybe you'll figure it out when you see me. I'm all for a good man's butt, but I win best. Peach emoji. Trust me. What did you decide to do for the rest of the night? I'm listening to a creative finance podcast. Living it up! Exclamation point. Squinty eyes, smile emoji. Clayton Echard, we'll see. Just eating pizza and assembling IKEA furniture. How's the podcast? Laura says, guess I'll need to throw in another lower body workout in the M just to make sure I win. I'm a little competitive, if you can't tell. Oh, no. Oh, what's happening? Oh, that's a Bruceism. What's happening? I had Domino's Pizza and their brownie cookie combo. Not to toot my own horn, but didn't hold a candle to my desserts. I baked the best cookies ever. Oh, she's a baker. Oh, no. The podcast is ridiculously motivating. Loving it. Also going back and forth with a few lenders. What did you end up buying? Not getting wild in Old Town tonight? Question mark. Oy vey. Clayton responds, and I know there's a picture coming up. Hang on, folks. We'll get there. Clayton says, hey, everyone benefits with another lower body workout. What's your best kind of cookie, he asks. Any luck on the lenders? I bought 2 outdoor balcony chairs and a standing mirror. Done with assembly, so now I can just eat pizza and enjoy the edible I took. Okay, there's the edible. Good luck at IKEA. Hopefully I end up there soon buying furniture for STR. And here's the salacious picture that Laura Owens allegedly sent Clayton Echard to entice him. Oh, come back here. Look, we're in a white sort of leotardy looking thing. It's like tight leggings of almost flesh-colored quality and hugging a horse with a partial midriff showing. Groan. Clayton Echard responds, apparently she sent that to him. This is so cruel to send at this time of night. Laughing face with tears emoji. Laura responds, oh, is it? Laughing face. And I think my best is my specialty, which is Chocolate with mint chips, although I make some mean M&M cookies. Hard to say. Accomplishing an IKEA build plus being outdoors in Arizona equals perfect night. Okay. And I'm still going back and forth with a few. It looks good, but I don't want to jinx it. As a backup, I found a contract online for the same kind of deal I want to structure, and I wanted to tweak it a bit. I was thinking he might be more comfortable if I had a real estate attorney draft something, and I'm happy to do that. I will get this done, and then we send what appear to be cookie pictures. That looks like frosted chocolate cookies. What is that? Are they sort of moon pies, maybe? I don't know. It looks sort of like cream cheese to me. IB asks, does that butt look enhanced by Photoshop? Well, I cannot be sure about enhanced buttage. The resolution's not very good. It could be. Maybe if we had the original and it could be run through some software, we could know for sure if the gluteus maximus was enhanced or if it's apparent. It doesn't seem to be so apparent these days with what we see from the court camera footage, but what do I know? I'm a specialty of a different sort of hindquarters. Okay, moving along. We talk about cookies. Oh, look, it's cookie time. It's happy cookie time. It's happy cookie time. The top ones look the best. The rest look iffy. I'm not so sure. The top ones may not be legitimate. We don't know. We don't know where those images came from. It doesn't matter. Oh, and whoopie pies. I forgot about those. Oh, maybe that's a whoopie. Okay, whatever. Ugh. Miss Scheller says, or she has padded pants on. It could be. I'm not going to try and look for padding lines. I don't need to look that closely. Ew. Clayton says, especially when I'm trying to focus. Now you're making me hungry for sweets, too. An attorney might help because the correct verbiage is everything, especially when it comes to creative terms. Laura Owens responds, yeah, and the way you described your lower body is a big turnoff for me, too. Not. The edible sounds pretty fun, too. Yes, plan A should be second lien so we don't have to involve owner, blah, 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 blah. Clayton responds, just wanted you to know the truth. Yeah, I like these head highs I get. Everything feels more sensitive. Oh, dear. I think if we establish tomorrow that we are serious with our interest, we can have a further convo with the seller's agent, and we'll see able to remove seller risk from it all. Okay, Laura Owens responds, now you have me wanting an edible. It's been a while since I've had one. Okay, but just to confirm, we are definitely not going to be meeting the seller's agent. I feel like we could tag team him and give him a lot of confidence right off the bat. Clayton responds, I got one for you whenever you want it. I think we're referring to the edible. Yeah, I don't think the agent is taking this seriously because he doesn't think the deal will work at all. He could meet. I just got the impression that he didn't want to. If we can lock in a private lender taking second position, we'd be golden. Laura responds, yes, please. I think referring to the edible. Also, not sure if you're a cuddler. Oh, Jesus. Not sure if you're a cuddler, but all I can think about right now is snuggling and being a little spoon with my peach against your... Sorry if that's TMI. Oh, God. Really? Yeah. To say this is flirtatious might be an understatement. This could be closer to the term sexting. That's what I would call this. This is really... I mean, it's a little bit of softcore sexting, but this is sexting, in my opinion. God, what if I got myself into without Jeep Daddy? And that agent is ignorant and doesn't understand creative financing. He will after I'm done with him. Ha ha ha. But yes, a second would be better for sure. And I'm just trying to work on rates. Clayton says, I am. Just come cuddle now. Smirky face emoji. Oh, gross. Clayton. Teach everyone a lesson. You clearly know what you're talking about. Peace out. Laura Owens. Credible plus edible plus a new investment. Oh, wait, no, sorry. Cuddle plus edible plus new investment. That's even worse. That's even worse. Clayton says, done deal. Laura Owens says, I'm craving all of that ASAP. Clayton says, we'll just come now, then I'll be up. Well, just come now, then. Well, that's no better. I'll be up for a while. Laura Owens, should I? Clayton Echard, yeah, and it's redacted. Presumably that's an address. Oh, Lord in heaven. Laura Owens, fine. Let me know what your ETA is, says Clayton. Laura Owens, I ordered a lift and he's 10 minutes away. You're sure you'll be up when I get there? Clayton responds, you'll be here in 10 minutes, or he gets to your place in 10 minutes. Laura Owens says, he's here in 5, and then you are 10 away, apparently. I'm not sure you can get any girl to come sleep with... What? Oh, well, it's not better. I'm sure you can get any girl to come sleep with you, so let me be clear that I am not most girls. And like I said, never watched The Bachelor, so you're only getting me in bed to cuddle. And I'm wearing what I was wearing to bed, not what I would wear on a date, FYI. Is that better? I'm not sure that's better. I'm not sure that's better at all. Michelle says, sweet, stolen from Pinterest. That first one sort of looked that way to me. IB says the first photo was very tame. Yes, okay, so it's, someone in tight apparel. So what? But like Clayton said in the podcast, for some men, that's all it takes to get them going. I suppose he's not wrong about that. And I suppose that's, a reflection on a certain demographic. Some people don't need much. Perhaps Clayton just needed a meaningful one-night stand. I don't know. That's not a judgment. It's just, we know where the story goes. And, if he knew where it was going, would he have gone anywhere near this? I think the answer is probably not. Jane Jones says, oh my God, this is gross. Yeah, it's what happened. It's icky. It's cringy, as Billie Jean says. Robin says, what a dumbass. Who are we talking about? Billie Jean, that escalated quick. IB says, okay, hetero guys in the chat, would you have enjoyed the sexy text? Be honest. I don't think Bruce is lurking still. Oh, Clayton wanted the cuddles? Ick. Deb Peterson says, yuck. Well, the guy had an edible. What do they call it? Beer goggles? I suppose edible goggles in this case. But that happens, doesn't it? Okay, Clayton responds, okay, that's not too long. Yeah, I respect you and whatever decisions you take. Trust me, I won't be judging. Laura Owens says, this driver's so slow and has been a minute away for like 5 minutes. He's just pulling up. Clayton says, oh, all good. Laura Owens, this complex is huge. So she must have just arrived to Clayton's megalopolis. Clayton says, yeah, so you'll get dropped off by visitor parking. There's a glass elevator with the steps next to it that you'll take to the upper level. Okay. Laura Owens, walk past that, going back now. The next day. Oh, maybe I should try it this way.
The next day.
I'll have to use some voices, I think. I think I'm going to have to break this up with some voices. I don't know. Laura Owens, there's a lender mentor of mine who's interested in... Okay, we're talking about houses again. He's going to make a call, blah, 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 blah. Like I said, I'm going to get a sample contract for the LLC option. I care a long time. Once I get lenders... can't get an offer in. It seems like the seller and his agent's big concerns are understandably they have no idea who I am. I'll bet they know now. I think if they were told how I became interested in creative finance and gotten to know dozens of private money lenders, it could get the deal done. You don't know my story either or really anything about me, and I think if you did, you could confidently advocate for me. I'm Laura Owens. I'm the daughter of famous Ron Owens. In all honesty, though, it requires me being vulnerable and isn't the first thing I want to tell someone I have interest in dating, like you. Oh, gross. But if you think it is needed to get the deal done, let me know. I think it would involve alcohol and a 50-50 chance ugly crying. Oh, gross. Audio message paraphrased from Clayton. So I talked with my broker, and with creative deals, it all comes down to a good title company. He is sending me a recommendation. Title company needs to make or break the deal. We talk about other stuff. Agents messaging back and forth. Blah, 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 blah. We have a good discussion here and get things rolling. Laura responds, can't play it back right now. Can you text? It was a long message, but we can talk here soon at the house. Laura Owens, okay. Clayton Echard, gate code is blah, blah, blah. When you get in the gate, you try, go to, okay, so we're looking at something, I guess. Sounds good. Let me know if you have any trouble finding it in the parking lot. Building 40, building 15. I'm going to go back to drive your direction. Look for, okay, we don't need to know about his vehicle. Conversation was had in my car with Laura. During the conversation, I told her that I made a mistake by being intimate with her, in which she performed oral sex on me twice. No vaginal penetration occurred. This is important to note for later. And mixing work and pleasure. I shouldn't have done that and was beating myself up about it because I knew that I shouldn't have done so, but being under the influence of marijuana made me have poor judgment. You think? I reiterated that there is no excuse, but that I felt I owed her an explanation and apology. She started crying in my car and said that it hurts that I don't want to explore a relationship further with her, but she understands where I'm coming from. She kept reiterating that, even though she didn't go through exactly what I did, she understands me more than most people probably can and could help me out greatly by being a part of my life. Oh, yuck. Yuck. Let's see. How you doing there in chat? Let's see. I bet he wishes he could have a redo for that response, says Deb Peterson. IB says, oh, well, I guess no guys in the chat or no one wants to admit they would have liked sexy texts. I don't know, IB. I won't speak for anybody but myself. Other than maybe I could slightly speak for Jeep Daddy, but he's not here to defend himself. I dare not risk it. Everyone else, see, no thanks MK says everyone else I've seen just scrolled past this. Oh my. I only want to scroll past the real estate stuff because I find all the talking about property and financing boring. Baddie says, thanks to Tiff, I know what they're talking about with the first and second now. Vendor finance isn't really a thing here. And regardless, getting a second loan for the deposit isn't normal. Yeah, just a lot of this. Having been a homeowner, a lot of this escapes me. Sounds like a clever ways to kind of dance around financing problems. But what do I know? That's Tiff's area of expertise. Laura says, I truly appreciate you opening up to me, and I'm here for you 24/7 if you want someone to talk to you or just to listen. Clayton says, thanks so much. I really do appreciate it. Haven't heard back from the agent yet, hoping by the end of the night. Laura Owens says, sent 4-page picture document of her story and chicken soup for the soul. Oh my God. We sent him that nasty thing? She sent him the stuff about Michael Maricini and chicken soup for the soul? Holy crap, folks. Oh my God. In which she documented a mentally abusive ex that treated her poorly on a plane, and a girl overheard the conversation and passed her a note. This is about napkin lady Karen Illenberger saying get out of the relationship. She ended taking her advice and ending the relationship. Gosh, why am I struggling with words all of a sudden? I know you don't know me well, and I can't imagine what you are going through, but maybe this will help you understand why I feel like I can help you and be there for you as you learn to love yourself again. My story, not last year's that I told you about, is the featured story for learning to love yourself in the 30th anniversary edition of Chicken Soup for the Soul. Gross. It comes out in June, but here's what I wrote. Gross. Also from Laura Owens. Got a private money lender done. Sorry for all the text. Spoke to him about the property, blah, 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 blah. Clayton responded, kudos to you for sharing the story. I'm sure it will help. It will help many, and that's why I share my own to help others. So just to confirm, the lender will take second, 20%, blah, blah, blah. Laura Owens, thanks. I just want you to know I do somewhat get what you're struggling with in terms of loving yourself. And we talk about terms, skipping. Clayton responds, sadly, many people feel that pain, but it's nice to know we're not alone in it all. Do you want to send a voice message in here to explain it, or just hop on a call? I can then talk with the agent and explain more before we write up the contract, etc., etc., etc. Laura Owen says, it's pretty specific, but maybe your TC can handle it. I can see if the lender can talk to them about how to structure it. I want both, though, and I know that Lynn Oaks will go fast if I don't jump on it. Photos and location were enough, blah, 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 blah. We can connect after you're done with your dinner. Don't want to interrupt. Clayton says, okay, let's hop on a call here soon. I am home now. Also from Laura Owens. I didn't think I was that upset during today's conversation, but I've been really down ever since I got home. The real estate stuff is super exciting and a dream come true. I honestly didn't expect to like you as much as I did, and I'm very sad that you pretty much closed the door on anything without allowing me the opportunity to try to help you through this, since I definitely understand the general feeling of not loving yourself. I just wanted to maybe work towards something. Yeah? Work towards a lot, I think. I want to become Mrs. Laura Echard. Clayton responds, I understand how you're feeling, and I'm sorry that I put you in the position that I did. That is completely my fault, but I do stand by just wanting to keep it friends between us. I need my space and singleness to find myself. I'm still open to having good conversations with people, but not romantically at the moment. It's what I need this time. It's what I need at this time to heal. Hopefully you understand. If you want to move forward with the deals, let me know, and we can jump on a call and structure an offer. If you'd rather go with someone else, though, I totally get it, and just want to reiterate that I wouldn't hold it against you. From Laura Owens. I spent an hour on the phone with the lender. Super exciting, high emotion. That's obviously want to do with your help. I understand that you need time to heal. I just don't know why you wouldn't consider working towards something with no expectations whatsoever. I don't want to do the deals with someone else, and I wouldn't have funding without your encouragement. Oh, now we're going to blame him for it, huh? Yuck. Oh, let's see. Michelle says you'll have to do a recap to show JD the photo when he arrives. Well, if he does. He may be out for the day. I do not know his schedule. Let's see. Not the black chair, but yes, the black chair. Billie Jean says, so after all this one evening involving two BJs. No, not nutty at all. She didn't want to waste time, did she? No, she sure didn't, Deb. Straight to the point. Full steam ahead. Clayton says it is all very exciting. That's why I love helping people buy and sell homes. It's so fun to see the joy when they acquire a property. I just don't want to put the work in toward anything right now. Thinking about it gives me anxiety. I've taken on a lot, so I'm just trying to focus on finding my balance and peace. From Laura Owens. Maybe with me it wouldn't be work. Oh, you know, she's throwing herself at him like crazy. I understand you've tried lots of things before that haven't helped, but you haven't given me the opportunity to help you. I so desperately want to help you, Clayton. Won't you let me be your lady to help? Your helpmate? I may not get what it's like to be the bachelor, but I know PTSD, anxiety, shame, etc. I found out about a month after I was... Oh my God. What? We talk about that too? Holy hell. I'll read the full sentence. Sorry. I'm reading ahead slightly and I'm getting excited without actually reading it. I found out about a month after I was raped, assaulted, left for dead, that the entire incident was live streamed on the dark web. How convenient. Healing from that took a lot of hard work, and I felt no one understood me, which is why I'm sure you're dealing with. Which is what I'm sure you're dealing with. I can't imagine how much anxiety you are feeling with just a few of the things you told me you have been through. But I'm more empathetic than 99.99% of people you'll meet and would love to listen. Oh, yuck. Oh, my God. I'm sure you're thinking that working towards a relationship, now here's the R word, and seeing if there is a bond is work and another commitment for you, but I'm not. Okay, let me try that one more time because it doesn't make sense in my head. I'm sure you're thinking that working towards a relationship and seeing if there is a bond is work and another commitment for you, but I'm not. More than anything, I'm looking for a best friend who I have emotional intimacy with, and the physical is secondary. Oh, Jesus. I truly have no expectations except to see if that naturally develops without your halting it. I'm just asking you to consider it. He wants to stay friends. He said that already. It's there. It's in black and white, for lack of better words. Oh, this is icky. Clayton says, it pains me that you had to experience that. That's terrible that someone could be so cold and inhumane towards another person. I hope they live with that guilt for a whole lifetime. I do hear you, but I'd just like to keep it friendly between us. See, it's very clear. I'd just like to keep it friendly between us. I trust my gut, and it's telling me to follow this path I'm keeping myself on. I've been doing really well mentally when I stay the course. Laura responds, thank you, I appreciate that. I do too. It pains me that you won't even consider giving me a chance. Oh, Jesus. That's the whole Hoboken thing, right? This is the whole Hoboken thing when we talk about, the alleged sexual assault that there seems to be zero evidence of. That Jan Black, Elizabeth Ann Naylor Owens, a.k.a. Mama Owens, also sort of personally reported to the Maricopa County investigators. We read that whole thing. And Jan Black, Elizabeth Ann Naylor Owens, also kind of equated it to the something, Gilgo Beach, Florida, I think it was what it was, and Diddy. It's all about Diddy and all that other weird stuff. Yikes, these people are insane. Absolutely insane. Seems like you always could have been happier, and maybe you just had the wrong people around. All I asked was for openness with no expectations from me. Well, her expectations, she wants to become Mrs. Laura. What else could there be? Clayton says, maybe I could have, but I know I was supposed to live the exact life that I did. Everything in my life has a purpose these days. Has purpose, sorry. So if I feel a certain way, I trust it. I've never been able to fully trust in myself, so I'm very grateful I'm at this point. But now, in such a new and fragile position, I have to do what is best to protect myself from going backward. I'm making progress, so I don't want to jeopardize it now. I have to continue the course that has been set out for me. Do you want to hop on a call to discuss lender terms, write up a contract? If not, we can do tomorrow. At this point in the night, very few agents are making deals, checking their boxes. Oh, my goodness. Bruce says, Gilgo Beach is on Long Island. That is the right beach, isn't it, Bruce, that they were talking about in the investigators' report that was the hush-hush conversation from Jan Black? I think it was Gilgo Beach. I could be wrong. Maybe it's a Florida beach. I might be starting it with the wrong words. Laura responds, yeah, and you've tried a lot of things, but you haven't tried me, who actually empathizes and has been in dark spots like you've been in and gotten through them. Yikes. You won't even consider getting to see if there's anything there with no expectations or pressure from me? Phraseology, woman. I would never suggest that if I thought I couldn't genuinely help you or that you could help me become better people. Oh, now we're going to be like each other. This is like the attempt to enmesh and make someone codependent. Weird. And I don't care, whatever. I've been happy that I found a lender for literally anything, and as of 10 minutes ago, I have 2. Yeah, right. And should be really excited, but I'm not. I thought last night that it could be really fun to work towards maybe seeing each other and buy tons of properties. But it's like we're buying little jelly beans. No, it's like we're buying jelly beans. You and I, Clayton, are going to be a power couple. We're going to be power realty couples, and I want you all to myself, Clayton. Weird. Michelle says, you haven't tried me. Who says that? Yeah. I mean, it's not like we're trying on clothes or anything. Bruce the Moose says, no, I got it. Okay. It's Long Island. There was controversy because the local police didn't want the FBI helping them. Got it. I haven't really paid attention to that particular story, nor really the Diddy stuff. I know it's just a lot of tinfoil hatty things being said with all of it, and it's just weird. It's just really weird. Deb Peterson says, threats and constant badgering always works to get somebody, right? Ugh. Batty says, yeah, Jan was talking about the Long Island serial killer. Okay, that's what I thought. Who LO was clearly almost a victim of alongside P. Diddy. Clearly almost a victim. Very good. Oh, let's see. Continuing on, let's see. 10 minutes ago, I thought that last night it could be really fun to work towards maybe seeing each other tons of properties. Now you're shutting the door. It's really hard for me to be excited. You're shutting me down on my love life, Clayton. I want to buy houses and date you. What if you just, what if you just honestly and openly gave it a week? Give it a week. Give me a week and I'll get my hooks into you. To be open to something maybe eventually happening with absolutely no expectations. Literally a week of your life. If you feel the same after a week, fine, be done. But I really want to experience the excitement of getting houses with you. I want to be with you so much, Clayton. Give me a week. since you made it happen and get together with no pressure. But if something happens, it happens. God, how would we manufacture romance that way? How would you do that? I mean, had he gone along with it? Obviously he didn't, but had he gone along with it, I mean, is she hoping that there'd be more sex and she would get knocked up? What was the end game here? I also have two options, sellers, blah, 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 more real estate stuff. Okay, Mark Clayton. I'm sorry, Laura, but I just want to be friends. See, there it is, clear as day again. I just want to be friends. Please understand that I'm doing what I feel is best for me. It wouldn't make sense to force something against how I feel. That's great on both sides of the lender options. Run them by him tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. Heading to bed, good night. From Laura Owens. I'm wanting to buy and be on the hook for more than $1.1 million in real estate because I trusted you, and you don't believe in me enough to give me 1 week of your time and effort. Okay, here comes the coercion and extortion. Here it comes. I smell it. I'm really doubting myself at this point. I had been so sure of myself, and now I just don't know. I asked you to open your heart to me for a week. Think about how that makes me feel and let me know in the morning. Oh, yikes. Oh, evil woman. The emotional blackmail. That's about $70K in commissions to someone who believes in me enough to not even think I'm worth a week of their time. I don't know why that's so hard for you, but it's making me feel awful and really making me question my ability and worthiness. Ew, how's that not extortive? From Clayton. Laura, if anything, this should show you that I can't provide what it is you're looking for. See me for who I am, not what you think I can be. We often project the best version of what we think someone can be onto them, when the reality of what they've shown us does not match our projections. But this is a fallacy many fall victim to. The truth is, we just met, and you don't know enough about me to know my character. But I'm telling you, I have commitment issues. Okay, he's being true to himself and being very transparent. I'm telling you, I don't have time for someone else. And I'm telling you, I'm not mentally stable enough to bring someone into my life. Please see the reality of the picture that I'm painting. Take the hint. Pick up the clue phone. Prior to last night, we spoke about working together and getting you properties. And there was no expectation beyond that. I would like to go back to that place. If we cannot, I understand and will accept my actions and ramifications for what they are. Okay, good. He's being accountable. Maybe it is best for you to go find another agent, because the more we talk about it, the more I'm stressing out, and I really can't subject myself to any more stress. Fair enough. This has nothing to do with you being worth a week of my time. This has everything to do with me protecting my mental health. That's it. I don't care about the money. I make enough money, and I'm happy with my finances. I know God has my back and will provide the life that is meant for me. And he'll also teach me lessons along the way. Okay, Clayton, God is not a man. God is not he. I know what many Christians like to claim. God is not the man. Okay, I'm just injecting my opinion now. Sorry. I trust in him, whether or not it's my gut or him. I feel that strongly about my feelings toward all this and you are worthy, you are enough. This is not about you. It's fully about me and who I am present in this moment. Oh boy. This just goes on and on. Where's Jeep Daddy to read for me when I need a break? What am I going to do? From Laura Owens. You're right that I don't know what you're going through and feeling. Like you, I have strongly relied on my faith. What faith base? What faith base does she have? Okay, supposedly she went to Catholic school, but last I know, maybe not heard. Heard's not the right word. Last I know, I don't see Laura, Michelle Owens, being a regular church goer. That's never come out in any of this. Especially when we're riding horses over the weekend. Weird. We're trying to co-opt things he's dropping so that we try and build a false relationship. False commonalities. Very strange. Strongly relied on my... well, if one LY word is bad, two LY words together is worse. I have strongly relied on my faith base to get me through my trauma and issues. And the last thing I want to do is get in the way of your healing process. I've struggled a lot with self-confidence and believing in myself. And despite wanting to do investing for a long time, I haven't felt like I actually could do it until we started talking. I don't want to work with another realtor because I know they wouldn't understand creative finance or trust that I had what it takes to get it done like you have. In other words, you're not... You can't replace yourself, Clayton. I want you. I want you more than anybody else, is what she is saying. She continues, I think a big issue with communication in general is that we often talk to each other as if the other person has had the same set of experience that makes us who we are. You obviously haven't known this about my background, but my family was told that my dad needed to enter hospice care back in December. Here comes the family health guilt. I don't say this to make you feel sorry for me. Yes, you do. But because maybe it will make you understand where I'm coming from. After what happened to me in March of last year, I pretty much wrote off ever needing a relationship again and was fine with it. Going through this experience with my family has really changed all of that. My dad was one of the top radio talk show hosts, yikes, of all time, and for my whole life was a larger than life figure. Man, her writing is terrible. Maybe that's why we run things through Chat GPT for the Medium blogs and justiceforlaura.com crap. It's clumsy. It's clunky writing. He dealt with serious depression and anxiety after his mom killed herself before I was born. Oh, really? Well, we've heard a tidbit of this story about Ron Owens' mental health issues, although I think Mommy Dearest has bigger ones, and that followed him for my whole life. He smoked weed all the time to deal with that. Now, at the end of his life, he's not anxious, and I think he's a much kinder person, despite the fact that he can't walk on his own and has to have a caregiver with him at all times. Well, I don't think that's her. You can't be caregiving for him if you're riding in a horse show. It's just that simple. He now knows that it isn't about fame and money, but love. His biggest dream in life now is to make it until his first grandchild is born next month. Every birthday and holiday is probably the last we will celebrate. God. Laying it on a little thick, aren't we? Oh, it's probably the last one I get to celebrate together. It hasn't made me sad or bitter, but rather it's just made me more grateful. Maybe you can understand why I'm saying that I asked for 1 week of your time. I'm sure that 1 week sounds like an impossible amount of time to make any sort of progress when you're trying to overcome trauma and anxiety, and I get that more than you know because I've been there. But when you are threatened with only having one more day, week, or even hour, it makes you realize that at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is telling people how you feel about them. Clayton Echard, I, Laura Michelle Owens, I'm in desperate love with you, even though we hardly know each other. You know, and not to be overly insensitive, I've had some whirlwind romances, some things that happened rather quickly and then flamed out just as quick as they happened. It happens, especially when you're younger, especially when you're more experienced, and when you have people laying on the emotional guilt trips and trying to manipulate you into something, which admittedly hasn't happened to me much, but it has happened. It's weird. It's bizarre. It's unhealthy. It's not natural. She continues because she can't help herself. I don't want you to respond with that you feel sorry for me and my family, that you can't imagine what we're going through, etc. I wouldn't ask God to have given me any other life, despite the personal trauma I've been through. I'm a much more empathetic person because of it, and I wouldn't want my life to have been different at all. Had it not been through what I've been through, although we don't get specific, I wouldn't be able to help other people. And at the end of the day, again, that's what it's all about. Wow. Okay, yeah. The more and more I read of her own hand that's not run through AI, the more and more she's a writing hack, in my opinion. I'm saying all of this because even though I obviously don't know you well, I can tell that you have a tremendous heart and kindness in your soul that is so unique and that I honestly haven't seen in another guy. In a week, you have been encouraging and vulnerable, and I haven't experienced that with someone else. I think she said these things before to the other guys. You've made me believe in myself even enough to take action in following my dreams in a way that I haven't been able to before. With however much time God gives me, whether it's one more day or 70 years, I want to surround myself with Claytons like you. Okay, I'm changing the words. Who have the courage to say that they are going through a hard time and that I can be there for. I'm sorry if what I said before made you feel like I wasn't truly hearing you out, because I am. It didn't fall on deaf ears. I can't begin to understand what you went through or what you are going through that has made you have anxiety, commitment issues, etc., and won't say I get it, because I don't. Only you know what it's like. The qualities I've seen in you that you think are weaknesses, I see as strengths. You are kind, in tune with your emotions, whether you think you are or not, and have a beautiful faith base. We haven't even talked about what that faith base is. We're just latching on like some sort of love lech. Oh my God. Oh, it's so strange. It is so strange. I apologize for the essay this turned out to be, but thank you for reading it. I haven't bared my soul. Okay. I haven't bared my soul like this to a man ever. Ever. But I knew you wouldn't judge me for it. Anyway, I hope that you don't shut me out and that you realize that with the fragility of life and time, you have nothing to lose by allowing someone like me, who is probably the opposite of most girls you've met, in. Yikes. I don't have a timeline and I don't want to pressure you, but I hope you will get to know me and consider the possibility of this maybe being something more. Oh, Lord in heaven. Who knows? Maybe it will be nothing. And I know that an immediate no feels safe, but will you at least think about it? And regardless, I would like you to be my realtor. Because even if you tell me no, no doesn't mean no to me, Laura Owens. And regardless, oh, I've already read that. And I know I said a ton in the message above, and don't feel like you need to give a long response. Just a yes or no is fine. Wow. Clayton responds, thank you for sharing all of that. I hope letting it out brings you a sense of peace. Suppressing issues only allows them to compound, so I'm glad you're addressing them, as it will allow you to heal. I'm happy to work with you as your realtor, and I hope I can continue to be a positive light that helps you believe more in yourself, because it's a choice that we all have the power to make. It's just not easy to get there most times and stay there consistently, but it is possible. I will say, though, with full certainty, that this can be nothing more between us other than friends. There it is again. He's very clear. Other than friends. This is my boundary that I am setting, and I ask that you respect it. Also clear boundaries. Very good, Clayton. Kudos to that. It's what I need, and it's what I feel. I shouldn't have invited you over when I was heavily under the influence of weed. I've realized I'm using weed as a coping mechanism to avoid my pain, and that is not healthy at all. I need to go to a therapist and begin dealing with this all because I'm not happy with this place I've gotten to. It was my fault for crossing that line that I would have not done had I been sober. But that all falls on my shoulders, not yours. I am not mad at you, nor am I placing any blame on you. This is a me problem that it's time I address. Batty says, please don't throw yourself at anyone this hard. It's not endearing to beg. No, it's not. Half-ass Fashion says to Stripey Paw, text. Can you imagine receiving that wall of text? Oh, yikes. Yeah, it does. It does scream of desperation. Doesn't it indeed, Deb? Doesn't it indeed? Clayton continues, I will say, though, with full certainty, that this can be nothing more between us than friends. This is my boundary that I'm setting and ask you to respect it. It's what I need and it's what I feel. Did I read? Let's see. Okay, I've already read that paragraph. Moving on. That's what happens when I switch screens to look at chat. Laura Owens says, I just asked, if I can read this accurately, I just asked that you give time to consider it, and you gave it 7 minutes. Oh, it's an accusation. Holy hell. I want you to think about it seriously, Clayton. Clayton responds, Laura, please. I've made up my mind, and you persistently questioning my decision shows me you aren't respecting my boundaries. That frustrates me because I surround myself with people that ultimately support me, not question my decision-making. I think it's best you find someone else to work with because your questioning of my decisions is really adding a bunch of stress. Respectfully, I cannot have that kind of energy in my life. Okay. Laura Owens. That certainly was not my intention. It was the opposite. Clayton responds, well, that is what happened, but it is okay. I'm not holding anger against you for it. I just want us to be friends and keep it at that for good. If you can accept that, great. Then let's do that and keep working together. If you cannot, okay. But please let me know. Laura Owens, you're completely shutting the door on it, even down the line, even if we are just friends for now. Clayton says, yes, that is correct. Got it. What I said deserved more than 5 minutes of thought and a knee-jerk reaction response. If that is how little consideration you give to my thoughts and feelings, and if you believe in me and who I am so little that you would forever shut a door on me, you can't possibly believe in me and my instincts enough to want to represent me and my best interests as a realtor. That makes me incredibly sad, but I hear you and don't want to subject you to having to deal with me any further since I have clearly been nothing but stress in your life. And that's where you throw away the number and lock the keys and so on. Clayton responds, I understand your feelings and respect them. And I took the last 2 days thinking about it. It wasn't just 5 minutes. When I make a decision, I stand by it and I'm proud of my ability to stick with my decisions. There was a time when I didn't have the confidence in me to do so. I'm sorry this is how things have gone, and I'm very much sorry for my part in it. I wish you the best, Laura. I really do. Clayton. Laura replies, ugh. And have a Dr. Pepper and this flip switched. Yes. The switch flipped and the flip switched. Quite so. Laura says, it only happened Saturday night, so you weren't thinking about this and my feelings for 2 days. You decided hours after I left. I'm crying in bed and have been all morning, feeling like I can't do anything, let alone buy house. Oh, we're pouty face Laura. Oh my goodness.
Steve has called me a dumbass.
Maybe the way you always have been thinking and dealing with things isn't actually working for you, because it doesn't seem like it is. Said nothing. I also know myself well enough to know that you are the one who made me feel like I could do this. You're the one who makes me feel so good, Clayton. Oh my God. And I don't think I will be able to move forward with another realtor, even though I really want Toby properties and take the next step. I know what is best for me is for you to represent me. Ew. I know what's best for me is for you to represent me. You need to be my love slave, Clayton. Ugh. Clayton replies, you do have it in you to buy those properties, and there are plenty of realtors out there that are more well-versed than I am, especially on creative deals. I've only been a realtor for 2 months, so you could find many realtors in the area with more experience and knowledge. And there's a lot of kind-hearted, encouraging realtors, as I've met as well. That would be great for you. I believe you'll find the perfect realtor for you, but it sometimes takes meeting a few or more of them to finally find the best one for you. That individual is not me, however. Laura Owens, I want to be the friend that you need right now and not pressure you, and I want you to be my realtor. I want. I'm sorry. I want to put the offers in today and was calling you to tell you how to structure them. Clayton says, I forgive you, but I do not feel comfortable with representing you at the moment. I will let you know if things change, but I need some space. There's another clear boundary. I'm exhausted already, Toadette. I might bail at some point on this and make it a part 3 and or 4. Oh, let's see. She replies, I will give you space, but what can we do about the houses the realtors are calling you back on today that we were going to offer on? Oops, did I skip too far? Clayton, thank you. I would contact another realtor, tell them the houses that you're interested in, and have them reach out to those agents with their proposed offers. Laura Owens. I have dealt with other realtors who have made me feel like I can't do this, but you made me feel like I could do anything I wanted to with real estate. In reading back my messages, my intentions were obviously good, but I wasn't a good friend in listening to you, and that is what you need right now, and what I would like to be for you. Please give me the opportunity to do that for you, and please help me with what I need right now, which is to prove myself that I can do this. Why does he need to do that for you? What right do you have to demand that? Oh my God. I can even have the lender call you directly with the way to structure it so you don't need to talk to me. One of the lenders just messaged me to say he is on the phone as we speak with his transaction coordinator, and I am panicking. He already has your number, so I don't know if he's going to call you, but just a heads up. Clayton says, you can tell him to call me. Laura Owens. I let him know his name is Matt Bentley. He has the less complicated offer. He is straight 20%, the more complicated deal, blah, 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 blah. Talking about offers. Okay, skipping. Can you talk here soon? I think it would be best to focus on sending out a first offer today. We can begin discussing the second, but today it would be good to get a contracted offer out. Laura Owens. Yes, I bid the second offer for the first because the seller will have two options to pick from. I'll explain it to you. 1% for closing costs, blah, 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 blah. Okay, more business stuff. We'll skip ahead. Skipping. Pace Morby. Lynn Oaks. Oh, here's more. There's got to be something in here. There's a volume of text. Stripey Paw asks, how many days are these texts over? Thought it was a 48-hour period. It wasn't a huge amount of time. I wish there were some timestamps, quite frankly. I think it was over the course of a week or so in total with the entire document, but I'm not totally sure about that. From Laura Owens, good luck on filming. Boy, am I nonplussed. I am deeply appreciative of what you've done for me because I haven't been able to believe in myself enough to pull the trigger and have been sitting on the sidelines watching the other people do what I really wanted to do. When I thought about doing this with another realtor, I went back to feeling like I couldn't do it because I know other agents would be skeptical. Your confidence in me has made all the difference, and I will change my life. So I can't thank you enough. I'm so sorry again and want to be there for you. However, I can because I'm sure how you're feeling is very lonely. I haven't been in your shoes, but the underlying theme of what you've said is very familiar. And I hate to think of anyone being in that place. Stress and anxiety are horrible things to deal with, and some of the best medicine is just talking to people who have experienced it. I know it takes a lot of courage to open up and be vulnerable, and I'm grateful that you did with me. Feel free to vent to me anytime, and I promise I won't be judgmental and will just listen if that's what you need. I hear you, and I am here for you. Hugs and smooches, Laura Owens. Deb says, I think Mike initially cared for her. Then he realized what she was like. He's another nice guy. As far as I can tell, everyone so far has been nice guys. Half-Ass Fashion says, yes, the experienced agents were skeptical. Clayton was naive as hell. Yeah. No thanks MK says, ma'am, you thanked him twice. Oh, that one deserves. An audio message from Clayton, paraphrased. Okay, yeah, I'm going home now and we'll try to get it on my computer. Set up showings, blah, 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 blah. Laura Owens, let me know when you email the representation. I'll send a purchase agreement response claimant. Stuff, blah, 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 blah. Let's see. Laura Owens, talking. Down payment. Bottom of the paragraph. I have dealt with crippling self-doubt and indecisiveness for my whole life, and in a situation like this, it's hard to trust myself. Your guidance is so appreciated, and even though you haven't been doing this long, you are really amazing at your job, and I hope you are proud of yourself for it. Clayton replies, but you still want to see Optima tomorrow, correct? I will schedule both showings here tonight, and then check the analysis and run my own on the Lynn Oaks properties. This first deal is big, and it should be every bit nerve-wracking, but if the numbers make sense, then it makes sense. And once you do one, you'll do more. And that's how I felt about my dance class tonight. When I got there, I was almost frozen and couldn't move the first couple of minutes, but then I told myself, just go for it. And now that I'm done with class, I can't wait to do another. Let's do our due diligence and knock the first deal out of the park. We got this. Laura Owens, of course I do. And thank you. I think we will buy and sell a lot together. Making future plans. That's so awesome about dance. What kind? Could I go with you sometime? I do dance all the time at my place, but never in public, and I think it would be a big confidence booster. So glad you got to have that experience. Anxiety has nothing on us. Oh my goodness. Clayton, you're welcome. Hopefully the market turns a little more so there's more favorable conditions. But for now, we'll take what we can get. Hip-hop, I'll let you know if I do another public class, but I'm signing up for private classes now. I need more one-on-one coaching. Audio message paraphrased. Just so we're on the same page, the Ranchero Drive, I thought you said there's an occupant till December. What I'm looking at, it shows there's no flooring and renovation of 17 grand needed. That one needs work. It says it's vacant, so we're looking at different units. Laura Owens, I'm so sorry I meant this one. However, I had wanted to see the one that needed repairs before and would love to see it if we could. Great job on hip-hop, by the way, but that's what I want. That's what I do at home, so no one can watch me. I used to be stiff as a board, but have gotten a lot better and love it. Thrilled, but not surprised you had a similar experience. Clayton Echard. Okay, requested showings, blah, blah, blah. Laura Owens, I really appreciate that. Could we write the offer at your place right after, since it's basically right there? Oh, Jesus. Provided I decided to make one. Yikes. Yeah, we could just find a spot at a Camel View, honestly. They have a ton of Wi-Fi spots, blah, blah, blah. Laura Owens, I would just prefer somewhere private because the whole thing is so exciting, but stressful. And I don't want to get emotional in public. Clayton, I got you. There's some conference rooms that have frosted glass, so you can't see in. Laura Owens, yeah, we can just figure it out later. Clayton, there will be a private spot there for sure. Been a few times. Laura Owens, I think I want to do Lynn Oaks and Optima. Prayed on it. Yeah, she's praying on it, all right. We'll spell it properly with an E. Think maybe no North 76. Clayton, okay, I'm trying to get the Optima to let us see it. They declined the showing, but gave no reason why. Or Owens, maybe there's a tenant. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, but she should have texted giving me a reason. Oh, skipping. Oh, look, another picture. Thank God for another picture. It's someone riding a horse. We're not surprised. Are we? No. Horse pictures. All right, now I got to recenter it. Yikes. Hashtag yikes. She continues. No pressure, but thought you might want to come ride later this week before it gets too hot. I think it's best. It's the best thing in the world for stress and anxiety. The arena is in my backyard, and the field, my favorite, huge and green grass as far as the eye can see, is a 5-minute walk away. We could ride in either end. I'd love to teach you if you don't know how. I have the best, safest horses ever, and thought it could be fun to do together. You have to like horses too, just like me, Clayton. Clayton replies, I appreciate the invite. I've been on horses a few times. It was cool to try, but I just don't really have an interest in them. It's awesome that you find them to be therapeutic in a way, though. Or Owens, yeah, anyway, I have EMD secured for both. Clayton, great. Laura Owens, I was just talking to one of my riding friends who has 2 units in the Optima Caroland and wants to sell one or both. They're way bigger and more expensive than I would want, so not a match for me. I guess she bought them for a good deal right when it opened, but she lives in California most of the time and doesn't need both. One has a tenant, I believe, but their lease is up soon. No idea if you'd be interested in listing them or if you're too busy, but thought I would ask because she doesn't have an agent. Again, no pressure. Don't want to add stress if your plate is full. We could talk about it more when we get a drink. Yikes. Clayton Echard. Send my contact info to her and tell her to reach out to me. Laura Owens, okay, thank you. They also want to buy a really nice property that they can have horses at top, but they need a different agent for that. Clayton, I could help with that. A call with the listing agent would provide answers if the property can have horses or not. Laura Owens, her name is etc. And she said she will reach out this week or next. Clayton says, awesome, I really appreciate it. Laura, you're welcome. Just didn't want to give them your info without asking you since you have so much on your plate. Still on for Thursday. That was nice of you to check on me, says Clayton. I cannot do Thursday now. That's when I'm taking my private classes now and have a friend that I invited me out after. Forgot that we made those plans last week. Laura Owens, okay, is there another day that works? Maybe tonight after we see the properties and make offers. LOL. Oh my god. Clayton again says I can't do tonight, taking brother out for dinner. It's his birthday today. This week is a little busy for me, so we can try and get something on the board for next week. Oh, Laura Owens, forgot you said that. I had an interview get moved so I could do earlier today if that's easier. Also out of town for the latter part of next week, so Monday or Tuesday. And finally, I have one more family friend who's coming to town next week and wants to get a condo as a second place. He lives in the Bay Area, but comes here a lot. Mind if I give him your number? No worries if not. Seems like you're busy. Ew, little catty there. Little catty indeed. Deb Peterson says, poor Clayton. I had no idea how early things had gotten so bad. Yeah, this has been revealing, hasn't it? Rachel Taylor says, ugh, it's absolutely miserable listening to her BS. Desperate much? So it would seem. Half-ass fashion. She's stuck in the demonstrating value section of the Dennis method. She's trying to demonstrate value of herself. And that's regrettable. Oh, let's see. Things are buzzing at me. That's never good. Okay, good. Pass along info. Let's see. Names, lenders. Moving along a little bit. Let's see. I will work on getting info on those here soon. See you at 4 p.m. at Linux. Laura Owens. Thanks. Sounds good. Are you in there? The guard isn't letting me in. You're seriously so ridiculously talented. Oh, yuck. Now the love bombing. Ew. More love bombing. You're seriously so ridiculously talented and have such a great eye for design, and I'm pumped to have you as a 10% owner. Your guidance is literally invaluable, and there's no time commitment, obviously. I just really believe in you and trust you. Ugh. I think I'm throwing up in my mouth a little bit. Would you be really mad if I told you that you looked super handsome and that combined with you being super confident and smart about everything made it hard to keep my hands to myself? Oh, no. If that makes you mad, I'm really sorry. I want to respect your boundaries, but I didn't know if that was maybe a somewhat reciprocated feeling. Ugh, yuck. And I can't stop thinking about how much I want to do to you what I did the other night. Oh. Okay, I'm done now. Hope you have a good dinner. Oh, yuck. From Clayton. I appreciate the comments, but yes, please only make comments that you would a friend. I appreciate it. I will send over 2 contracts in the morning, have a dentist appointment at 10 a.m. So after that, I can hop on a call and walk you through everything with you from a contract standpoint, what time would work for you. Also, do you have a pre-qualification letter, proof of funds, etc., etc., etc.? Oh my God. Laura Owens, I'm flexible on time. A lender had offered proof of funds, so that's not an issue. I can get that by the time we talk. No pre-qual letter. though, since I am not working with the bank. The private lender will provide whatever else I need. On another note, I think you're the best, most talented person in real estate who's only been doing it like a couple months, but you're the best I could ever find, and I've talked to others. Yeah, sure. I really do. Working with you is definitely in my best interest for all the reasons I've told you before. I don't think, though, that I will ever not hope that at some point it turns into more, even if it's not today, tomorrow, months from now, or a year from now. Oh my God, just stop. Woman. Stop it. I understand you aren't ready because you've found your own stuff, because you've got your own stuff going on, and can be your friend right now. What? I understand you aren't ready because you've got your own stuff going on and can be your friend right now. I wouldn't wait around for you. But if you see this as so black and white as a friendship that there's no gray area, even maybe down the line a little, I think that would be hard for me to work with you. Oh, it's just so nasty. It's just cringy. It's cringy in all the bad ways. Clayton says, it will always be a friendship, Laura, so please let me know if you would like to proceed today or not. I cannot go back and forth with you, especially when I'm talking with other agents about submitting offers. It hurts my credibility if I keep backing out. So if you back out today, I understand. But if you do, I cannot work with you any further. I want to help you out, but from a friendly, professional sense. I've made my intentions clear, and regardless of what you choose to do, I hope we can have mutual respect for each other's decisions. From Laura Owens. The last thing I want to do is something to harm your credibility with realtors when I genuinely believe you are great at your job and when I have the funding to do it. Clayton responds, so can you move forward just as friends and only friends from here on out? If so, I'll send the contracts over to sign here soon. If not, then I will send over the contracts and respectfully we'll discontinue working together. Laura Owens. Oh, I'm exhausted already. We're not at 2 hours yet. This is sad. Laura Owens, I want you to submit offers and go forward with both. I believe in you and want you to succeed and help you do that. In fact, that's what I want. I want to make something very clear. I wouldn't have asked you to JV with me or refer you to my friends just because I could see something developing in the future with you. That's my money and my credibility with friends at stake, which are two things that I have worked hard to build and wouldn't jeopardize. Clearly, I believe in you in caps letters. Star, please read this without giving me an impulsive answer. Oh God, now we're instructing him how to respond. Yikes. I'm only saying that because if I were you and felt backed into a corner, not listened to, and overwhelmed, like I'm sure you do right now, I would glaze over this, think to myself, this girl doesn't listen and can't take no for an answer. Well, that would be accurate. And say in the nicest way possible a version of F off and find another realtor. And yes, I did go into yesterday as a friend and client, tried to suppress any feeling. Yikes, yikes, yikes. You said you struggled with decision-making and you were proud of how far you had come with that. And since you now said no, you're feeling like I am not listening to you or respecting you for that. I respect you more than you know, and it's largely because you have been open with me about your stress and anxiety, which I can relate to so much. I'm someone who has given black and white answers when backed into a corner and been too ashamed to change my mind later on. Sometimes I've panicked and made a decision and then been too ashamed to go back on it, even if it was to my detriment. Oh, this is just so icky. You were clear about just wanting to have conversations and nothing romantic. Then we hooked up, and I don't believe that weed was entirely at fault for that decision. And then you drew a line in the sand again. From my perspective, no didn't mean no, and yes didn't mean yes. No always means no. It doesn't matter who you are and which way things hang. It just doesn't. Or at least it shouldn't. When I panic, my go-to is no, and the more I am pushed, the more I would do anything to relieve the pressure, and the firmer the no, at least in the moment. But really, there's so few absolutes and a million shades of gray. I've been too stubborn to change my mind before after these decisions, and I've regretted it. Think about how you approach real estate and what you have said to me about properties. Have any of them been a slam dunk, yes or no? To me, there's been a lot of gray. No right answer, but no wrong either. You've been so confident in there being no absolute. I'm asking you to feel the same level of commitment to maybe there's something there down the line as you would too. Maybe we should add a pull-out couch to the living room. Oh my God. She wants to pick furniture with him. She wants to pick furniture with him too. Batty says, date me or I won't go through with the deal. Date me or I won't take plan B. Date me or I won't get an abortion. Date me or I'll make Jeep Daddy read about juices down there. Oh, stop me before we get there. I'm already running out of gas. I've got to save some of this for him. And according to what we've got left, there's 75 pages left. Yeah, it's all word salad. Yes, it is, Billie Jean. What the hell is this word salad now? It's all the same stuff. No means no, says Half-Ass Fashion. WTF. Jen the Couch Fairy says, I'm way late, but here to hit the like button. Thank you for that, Jen. And apparently I'm a glutton for punishment because these messages are cringy and stocky. And you could add, if you were to so choose, Lauren added this one, rapey. Lauren said these are rapey, stocky messages or something to that effect. And I'm apt to agree with her in that regard. I might read just a few more to get us to an even 70 if I can do the math right in my head. And then I think I'm going to call it because this is, I want to take a nap now. I'm exhausted. I want you to feel commitment, Clayton. Maybe there's something more there. Maybe we should add a... Oh, okay, I read that one. Just like I won't pressure you either way on that, I won't pressure you to continue to be my realtor either if you don't want to be. Delete all the phone numbers and, well, she would never let him go. She thought he had this... she thought he was the little worm on the hook, I think. I really do respect you and want what's best for you, but I know that we could be a powerhouse in real estate investments... I think that's what that means. And maybe more. If you think I've made some points, good points here, and we'll just have an open mind to maybe, I absolutely promise you I will never bring it up again or ask you, and we'll just allow things to develop or not develop as they're meant to. Literally, the only answer I would ask for in response to all of this is one word, maybe. Then we can just talk about the offers. I also am finishing letters to the homeowners that all the transactions are happening on I want to date you and you better date me or else. Clayton replies, I hear you. I feel the way I feel. Could things change? Sure. Many things change in my life, but will they? Probably not. All I can control are my present feelings, and how I feel is what I'm telling you. I just don't want there to be a push by you down the road to be more than just friends. How about this? If I want to be more than friends, I will let you know. But until then, if that day ever comes, let's keep it friendly. Every interaction we have falls in line with what occurs between friends. Not so much. Both our words and actions. I would like to respect that and not cross those boundaries. Does that work for you? If so, great. Then we'll proceed. Laura Owens. The fact that you read what I said and gave that response make me respect you even more as a person, because I'm sure it was hard for you not to just get pissed off. I admire you and respect you for that. I really do. Look, I don't know you well like your family and friends do, and I don't have the expertise that your therapist has, but I sure know what it feels like to hate feeling like there is a right and a wrong answer to everything when everyone else seems to see a middle ground. Yikes. To doubt yourself and feel like you've made the wrong choice, even though you've agonized over making a decision for an absurd amount of time, and to refuse to change your mind even when presented with new information, because it makes so hard for you to get an original decision in the first place, if that makes any sense. Good God, holy run-on sentences, Batman. Oi, for the sake of my self-esteem, I'd like to think that what happened wasn't just because you were under the influence. In fact, I know that we both find each other attractive. Oh, God, now she's telling him that oh. This is like poisoning the well, but in the most minimal ways. Just slowly dripping the poison. Don't do too much. Like they say, frogs in a slowly increasing temperature pot won't jump out. But boy, hashtag yikes, says Micheller. I wish I had that as a button. Hashtag yikes. Oh, yikes indeed.
This will get awkward.
Indeed, it'll get awkward. I know that we both find each other attractive and wouldn't believe you if you said otherwise. Oh, so he can't win. I heard you when you said you don't love yourself right now and can't involve another person until you do. I respect that, but wish you could see yourself through my eyes, which means I want us to be married right now, Clayton. I booked the very same Oaks property when it was originally on the market. Looked it over again. Thanks to you, I'm feeling totally ready to make multiple offers, and because I believe in you enough, I feel like your knowledge is indispensable to these properties being a success. In fact, it's your ability to make decisions, which you said was a big weakness, that has given me so much confidence. Or you saying the same things. I'm smart enough to know that what that brings to the equation is worth much more than 10% ownership on a deed. If you're not involved in this equation, I'm left without you, a realtor. Oh, okay. I won't have the courage to make these offers. If you aren't there, Clayton, I won't do it. You have to be there to help me do it, Clayton. Oh, you make me feel confident, and that is already making me love myself more. Oh, gag me. I know you said you were struggling with loving yourself, so maybe I can show you why you should. Saying every interaction, words, and actions falls in line with what occurs between friends sounds like contractual wording. Ha! 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 Well, she would know. And I've drawn too many lines in the sand in my life to draw another. I'm not dumb and know you are now trying to avoid seeing me for a drink. But I would ask that you give me the benefit of the doubt here, and that we got one next week, and that we get one next week without expectations. Now the demand. Not pushing nor suppressing feelings. As my realtor friend, and maybe more in the future, God almighty, I want us to help each other not be so black and white, and instead have a very open dialogue where we help each other see the gray. Just like you should feel free to tell me what type of flooring you think a place needs to be valuable. You should feel free to hold my hand or kiss me. Ah! That is unacceptable boundaries. Unacceptable boundaries. You should feel to engage in physical contact with me, because that's what I need, Clayton. That's what I need to make a deal on houses, Clayton, is for you to date me and touch me and kiss me and things I don't want to think about. I want to be able to feel like I can tell you I disagree with a color of paint just as easily as I can tell you that you look good without panicking that you'll be mad. We don't need to have a formal conversation before we express ourselves. So from one uptight, self-doubting overthinker to another, does that sound reasonable? No. Absolutely not. The lender just told me they sent the money for these transactions from his wife's mother's personal account to his LLC, so I sure hope so. Oh, and here's some... we've seen this before. This is the $445,000 document in small format, which is not helpful. Okay. Continuing on with what little energy I think I have left to keep going. This is where the funds are coming from. Okay, so there was a conversation where they're coming from. So why did she go around later and say that she had this in cash in her account? Or were we just reusing the same things? Oh, well, okay. I'll leave the money thoughts to the money people. Deb Peterson says, this is actually harassment. I would agree, Deb. I would agree. In my opinion, this is more than harassment. This is gross. This is very stalkery sexual harassment, quite frankly. Or at least it seems to be headed in that direction. Laura wants to be in physical contact. She wants to be in direct contact. That's getting pretty far. The lender, Matt, will send us the one through May, but he is just waiting on that. He has a contract on, blah, 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 blah. And Clayton responds in far too many words. I just ask that you allow me to be the one to make any moves should I decide to. I do not want you doing so in the meantime. And I just want you to talk to me like you would a friend. If anything you text or say would be something you wouldn't say to a friend, then I ask that you don't say it to me. That's all I'm asking. I'm going back home now and we'll send over the contracts in the next couple hours. Then let me know when you can review, sign, etc. And then he talks about some pests, termites, stuff, Lynn Oaks, doesn't matter. More Laura Owens, prepared for another 12 pages. From Laura Owens, I will absolutely allow you to be the one to make moves and will suppress myself until that time comes, which in my heart, I believe it will. If you're like me, when faced with a decision, you'd rather say no and have an escape route than say yes and feel pressured to do something. And I know it's hard to give an ambiguous answer, so I really appreciate your stepping out of your comfort zone there. Like you, I have a strong faith base. Oh, God, here we go again. And believe that if God wants something to happen, He will make it happen. So I trust in that. Why does everybody think God is a man? You have my absolute promise that I won't put any pressure on you to do so and that I will let you take the lead. But just so I don't feel nuts, don't you think there may be something here at some point? Whether it's in weeks or months or whenever? I honestly think we both know the answer, but you have my word I won't ask you again. That sounds good. Is the letter to the homeowner about call, blah, 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 blah. I just want these agents and owners to see us as professionals and take us seriously. Spare me. Okay, also, too, I just text the agent because blah, 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 SPADS, blah, blah, blah. More house stuff, more house, 10% down. Skipping. And she's badgering him. And to the other part of the message, Clayton responds. The other message about touching and seeing each other. I don't think so, but if things changes, I will let you know. Interest money in the form of a check or wire transfer. Laura replies, you don't think there might be, really? Asking you this with no expectation of commitment because it just in general? I don't really know what to say if you're a no there. Wire transfer, I think that's just the easiest answer to give me. Clayton, I'm giving you my honest answer, which is no. Well, that's really hurtful, and I think I deserve a chance at some point. She doesn't take no for an answer, does she? What kind of personality disorder could that be, where we don't take no for an answer? Even if it's a realistic, reasonable, and unequivocal, non-negotiable answer. Clayton replies, okay, and I respect your feelings on it all, but I'm telling you mine, so I would like not to be asked it again moving forward, as you said you would not do. Laura Owens replies, I think you feel backed into a corner, so you've shut down at the moment. But I just want you to keep your heart open to the possibility of something and to give me a real chance. That's not asking a lot of you. I won't make a move until you do, I promise. Also, it's not going in my personal name. It's going to be from my LLC, if that makes a difference for the paperwork. Not Mommy's LLC, my Laura Owens LLC. Paging Jennifer Jimo. Queen Jennifer, paging Queen Jennifer. From Clayton, thank you. What is the name of your LLC? Lizmax LLC. So sorry, that's wrong. EIN for Lizmax Investments. Lizmax Investments LLC. Oh, and here's some more stuff about payments and payments and payments. And she makes more statements. I've only asked you these questions because it would be very hard to be around you if you absolutely see us only as friends and nothing else. And if you're not willing to, at some point on your timeline, open your heart to the possibility that there might be more. God, she so desperately wants him to be madly in love with her. Ew. Ew. Where's some ew buttons? I need some ew buttons. Someone steer me in the direction of some audio clips I can get for ew. If you have anything, chat, any ew buttons, I need some now. I'm getting grossed. Clayton replies, I understand where you're coming from. Appreciate you letting me know. Would you be purchasing warranty, home warranty, blah, 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 blah. No home warranty. Got one on the place I have with my parents, and they cover nothing. Ooh, weird. Let's see. Skipping. Laura Owens. I don't know how to take your other answer. I obviously felt something that I want to explore at some point in time. And I'm saying if you are 1,000% positive, you only feel a friend vibe, it would be hard to work together. Manipulation, coercion, danger. I also need sirens. Okay, I need an ew and I need sirens. I need to write this down. Hold, please. I have some notes to take for my channel. Okay. I just had to jot that down so I don't forget for like the umpteenth time. I can be patient, but if you don't see a maybe or aren't willing to open your heart to me and the possibility of something beyond a platonic friendship in the future, it'd be very hard to be around you. I'm literally only asking you for that chance. Not a guarantee, but a chance. You need to give me a chance to get my hooks into you. Baddie says narcissistic types live in their own reality, and they'll pick apart everything you say and keep shifting the arguments. They're allowed to contradict themselves all the time, but your words have to... ... be forensically examined and held to... higher standards. I don't know. That could have been ... No thanks. MK says, ew, David. Jen the couch phrase says, ew. Yeah, I need an audio clip of ews. Let's see. This one's not good enough.
I have done nothing!
Not that one.
Hey Clayton, this is not your typical naked video of a woman trying to impress you. I'm not the devil. I'm genuinely not wanting to cause any trouble in your life.
I just want to be in love with you and to get married and have babies with you. Okay, I'm filling that in. Yikes. Clayton responds, there's usually a chance for most things, so sure. I suppose there's a chance. Okay, first contract, etc., etc. Thank you, signed. You read through it all. Do you want to go over both contracts once I'm finished with the second? At least talk through each section. Laura Owens, I skimmed numbers, but sure, and I trust you. So she didn't read them, it would seem. Clayton says, let's go over it tonight. When I get back home, we can submit contracts before all that, but I'd like to at least walk you through it. Okay, that works. I just don't want to miss out on them, blah, blah, blah. More discussion about terms. Terms and terms and terms and terms. Terms, painting, furniture, updating furniture. Let's see, you can always put it on furnished, see if someone bites on the price. And if not, you can start updating it and adding furniture. Laura Owens. Very true. This is why you're my partner. See, look, Clayton, you're my partner. Look, if we hadn't done anything, it would be one thing. But since we did, it's hard to pretend it didn't happen, at least for me. In reining this back, if you feel like the odds of you seeing me as anything other than friend are slim to none, it would be very hard to work together. She's just relentless. In the deepest part of your heart, not just patronizing me, do you genuinely feel... See, we just can't let it go. It's like some sort of rabid farm animal that just keeps attacking it. In the deepest part of your heart, not just patronizing me, do you generally feel like there would never be anything between us? I'm fine with things being on your timeline, not making moves myself, and not mentioning this after offers are submitted, but clearly it's important to me to make sure we are somewhat on the same page. Clayton says, I told you how I feel today, but I don't know what I'll feel tomorrow, or months or years from now. Please let me know if you're going to back out of these before I send them, because if I send them and you back out, it's going to hurt my credibility. Second contract is completed and sent over. Laura Owens. Okay, could we just do a date sometime and see how we feel? I won't back out, I promise you. I really think you are amazing and want us to be the start of tons of deals? Yike. Double yike. Yike and yikes. I'm going to have multiple yike. At some point, it's going to end up a yick. I want to skyrocket your credibility, not lower it, you. Clayton says, I can't promise a date because, as I said before, I want us to be friends for now, but we could grab coffee or lunch at some point. If nothing else, since we have these contracts ready to go, let's proceed, blah-de-blah-de-blah-de-blah. Transactions, and like I said, bottom paragraph, if you back out at any point with no good reason, it will hurt my credibility and will have taken up a good amount of my time too. I don't want to waste my time or hurt my credibility, especially as I'm just getting started. Laura Owens, I absolutely promise you I won't back out. I would really appreciate it if we could do dinner or drinks so I could take advantage of you and just see what happens, because as I said, it would be hard for me to work with you if you know we will be nothing more than friends, or if you won't even try. Signed. That's workplace sexual harassment, in my opinion. Someone doesn't want to do business with you because, you know, they want to be in a relationship with you. If the tables were turned, if there was a man preying on a woman, he'd probably be in jail by now. This is not good. Oh. That's too much. Button says, I 100% feel that if she read this transcript to her parents, she would have been praised for her gumption. Probably. I mean, Mommy Dearest is towing the line, so we're all in cahoots, is my opinion. Let's see. Turdatter Kashani, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, says, I want him to lose his real estate license unless he agrees to date me. That's the gist of this, so it would seem. Billie Jean says, never give the particular whatever unique cluster B she is. Hope. Deb says, he keeps giving her false hope. Yeah, and in kind of a way. You know, because he's trying to just get the deal done, so he's telling her what she wants to hear without committing himself. It seems to be in that halfway place of, I'm sitting on the fence. I need to dribble a little bit of this towards her because I want to get the deal done and have a business payment out of it. I kind of get that, but no, don't lead people on at all. You either go for it or you don't. Don't dribble. Don't dribble hope. Clayton says, if we get a closed deal, I'll take you out for dinner. Laura Owens, I have zero hesitancy on buying properties because of your confidence in me, and I have the funding, which you can see. So if you sense hesitancy, it's because I know it will be hard to do something together if you never allow us the opportunity to be more than friends. Clayton, I want to get in your bed again. Okay, I'm adding that. It doesn't say that. That's just a little fun, but it seems to be what she wants. She had no compunction about showing up to give BJs. Clayton responds, I'll keep an open mind as I always try to do. Laura Owens, we will get 2 closed deals and then 3, etc. I want to build a huge portfolio with your help. Dinner date with a closed deal. Deal? Clayton responds, whatever you want to call it is fine by me. We'll close some deals and I'll gladly get dinner to celebrate. Also, do you want to go over the contracts now? I have 30 minutes before I have to leave my house, so I can talk on the phone then. When could you talk? Laura Owens, when could you talk after this? I actually just became an aunt this morning and was going to talk to my sister in New York, but I can move that. Would prefer to go over it now before sending contracts to agents, but if you want me to send them now and talk later, I can do that too. Laura Owens, need 5. Actually, just send them over and let's talk after. I can talk after 4. I'm trying to tell you that if you won't take me seriously beyond as a client and a friend, it would be hard to work together. So just don't patronize me, please, with whatever you want to call it. If you don't want to go on a date, you don't need to take me to dinner. I'm just trying to be honest with you with where I'm at. I think we have a ton in common, for better or worse. Oh, no. Oh, no, girl. And that there was clearly an attraction. Oh, no, you didn't. Oh, no, you didn't. If you don't honestly want to explore that, then we shouldn't work together. I'm telling you, I will not back out of the contracts. I will get these deals done unless the houses are about to collapse. And all I'm asking is to just openly explore what's there. If there's nothing, we can be friends. But I don't want this. I don't want to be your coffee or lunch buddy. It means a lot for you to take me seriously with this. Oh, yuck. Yuck. Batty says there are lots of ew options on 101 soundboards. Okay. I'll just have to poke around voice mod, which is my primary Stream Deck soundboard, on all the buttons there and see what we've got, because I need some ew. And I'm going to skim ahead a little bit. We're on page 121. Oh, it just goes on forever. Okay. I'll take this to 122. And then I'm going to call it, because I'm grossed out and I've had enough for this round. And I have to save some for Jeep Daddy, don't I? You all want to see that. That's what you're here for, really, is you want to see me torture Jeep Daddy. And watch him squirm. Okay. Clayton says, and what happens if I give you a fair chance and then feel there isn't any chemistry? Will you accept that? Contracts sent over, can't unsend them, so please see the contracts through no matter what happens. Keep an open mind, but I need you to reassure me you'll hold up your end of the deal, not back out, no matter the reason, unless the house has legitimate defects. Deal! Laura Owens, yes, but can we please actually hang out as two people who might actually have Can we hang out as boyfriend and girlfriend already? Clayton, I want to be official. Yikes. Didn't you do this sort of thing with Mike Maricini too? Like, we need to be official. You need to have me on your Instagram and your Facebooks and everything. You can't just say that. I think we've heard this story before. As two people who might actually have romantic connections instead of as two friends with stringent rules. Your physical reaction to us hooking up showed we had chemistry, so there has to be a part of you that thinks there is. So what is she saying? Because he got a hard-on and got off a couple of times in her mouth, that means there's chemistry? Oh, girl, then you have no idea how guys work. Oh, my God. Facts of life, folks. Standard adult disclaimers apply. Oh, Clayton Echard, there is sexual chemistry, yes. Oh, Clayton, don't say that. Don't say it. I was saying from a romantic standpoint, but I'll give it a chance. We'll get dinner once the contract is finalized, and I'll keep an open mind at dinner. And then that I can promise. Laura Owens, in my mind, romance is caring about someone, doing whatever you can to make them successful. Successful? Romance is not about success, girl. Oh, no. Being their cheerleader when they're down and being their friend. Okay, fine. Making them successful is not what... Romance is not about business success, not by a long shot. And if you do that, you're transactional in the wrong ways. No, never mind. All of which are qualities I think we have shown each other. Clayton says, yes, those things are great to have in a relationship. I'm heading out to work on a project. Keep you updated on what I hear from the agents, and we can jump on a call later to discuss the contract. Laura Owens, and I don't break my promises, Clayton. Oh, Jesus. And just so you understand, as someone who's interested in you, as someone beyond a friend or client, I will do everything in my power to show and tell you how good you are at your job because I truly believe it and I believe in you. I think your knowledge is indispensable with what I'm trying to do, and I know we will do millions and millions of dollars in deals. I need a millions and millions button too. I think we make a good team. You have my word. I will not back out. And I know that feelings aren't usually one-sided, and I do think you feel there could be something with me, but your stress and trauma are getting in the way. I think we could be very good team working in romantically. You. In reading this back, I've pushed you when you clearly would only be going out with me if out of keeping your end of the deal. Now she's getting hostile. I know how much value I can bring to someone's life, and I shouldn't need to convince you to give me a fair chance only if we close the sale. That makes me feel pretty bad, and I certainly don't want to be your obligation. Yes, you do. You want to be his entire obligation. If you don't feel that there might be anything romantically with us, but I do, then I understand. But we shouldn't go under contract because it would be really hard for me to work with you if that's the case. I want to do deals with you so badly, and I feel like I could really support you and vice versa. But you should want to try that, not feel like you have to. I have no interest in you because of the TV show. Whoa, yeah, you do. Just because you mentioning that just kind of brings that up. Nor do I have any desire to watch it. You probably already did. I'm genuinely intrigued and motivated by who you are as a person, and your belief in me has made me take the one action I've wanted to do for so long, but didn't think I could. I hope I've given you some confidence as well and built you up because you deserve it. If all that is there, we share and understand similar health issues, and there's sexual chemistry, I find you ridiculously attractive. He is her type. Tall, built, and built. I don't know what is missing that would make me someone you would be excited to explore something with. Okay. I meant what I said. I won't back out under any circumstance. If you give us a chance, all the ultimatums. But I don't think getting dinner only if a deal closes is trying, nor is having stringent rules. It's your call, and you do whatever you think is right. I'm all in or out, depending on whatever you want to do. Paraphrased. Laura, it's aggravating me. I'm telling you, I'll keep an open mind. I can't promise anything. I'm going to talk to other people, as would anyone who is dating around. I'm just being real with you. I'll keep an open mind. When I'm dating, I meet a lot of great people that meet all the qualities that you have said. I know what I bring to the table. I get a lot of interest. I'm not BSing you. I'm keeping it real. I found the qualities you say you have and more. I don't know who's going to provide that. Let's see. I found the qualities you say you have and more. Okay. I don't know who's going to provide that. I told you I'm going to keep an open mind. I submitted the contracts, and it sounds like you're going to back out. If nothing else, I would like to do these contracts and work through these deals with me. If you back out now, my credibility is on the line. I can't promise you anything. I continually said, please let me know if you're going to back out. My credibility is on the line. You're going to make me look bad. Please give me confirmation that you're not going to back out. You're messing with my time and credibility. I said, please don't back out, and now you are. It's aggravating. I'm the one that is talking to these agents, and they're the ones that are not taking me seriously right now. I'm a little frustrated and would like to work through these deals, and if they fall through, then we'll stop. Let me take these 2 deals through with you, and with confidence from these deals, you can go elsewhere and do more deals. Please make the decision right now and stop going back and forth. I need to tell me right now whether or not, I think we're missing a word, whether or not you want to proceed forward. Yes or no. I need it to be a definitive answer. And on that, folks, at 2 hours and 24 minutes after 123 pages of 186. Oh, we'll hold it there. We'll hold the rest for Jeep Daddy and for his pain and suffering, because I think it gets worse from there. So that'll leave us with about 163. That's not terrible. Oh, let's see. No thanks in cases like when Greg was like, okay, we're having a baby. Yay, I'm so excited. She was furious. LOL. Let's see. Jen the Couch Fairy says, if I can't do it without you, Clayton. That's really it, isn't it? Greg was, yay, so funny. You're not even trying, Clayton. Batty says, if you don't like what's offered, he's not for you. Deb says, desperation is never appealing. Ever! Minnie T, the secondhand embarrassment level on Laura's emails, and desperation is a 99.5 out of 100. Karen O'Hipster, I've not heard an agent say stuff like that. Yeah, no, he made a mistake. Billie Jean says, put a ring on it, and she may agree. If you like it, then you better put a ring on it. If you like it. Yeah. Timmy the dog. These offers are embarrassing, and Clayton knows they will make him look bad, so probably another reason not to submit. Yeah. Tree Shack Lovers. She's made it so obvious she doesn't have any interest in buying real estate. She's not as smart as she thinks she is. I would agree. Jen says, and these messages are why Clayton lose his license. Did he lose his license? I don't think he did. She submitted, this is all part of the complaints. I don't think he lost his license because I still see him doing stuff, but I don't know. I don't know that factually. Batty, that was exhausting. I fell asleep when Schnitzel Ninja was reading it, so I missed a lot. I think I was about ready to fall asleep part way there too, because it's just more of the same. Wash, rinse, repeat. Oh, yes, it is draining. No thanks, MK, but that's what we're here for, and that's why I'm saving the rest for you-know-who. That's why I'm saving the rest for you-know-who. Minnie T, unlike 99% of the women you've met, she's batshit crazy. Fair enough. Jen says, sorry, I meant didn't. Okay, good enough. And I forgot an entire important word. That's okay. I miss words all the time, as you can hear. So that's enough for a Saturday, folks. It's about dinner time for many people, at least in the western part of the hemisphere. If you like early dinner or late dinner, depending on your circumstances. So we'll call it at that, and next time I can get Mr. Jeeps on the hook. We'll finish it off. Because it gets worse from here. It gets ickier, and I'm going to have to do some homework right now as soon as I get off the stream and find some ew buttons and sirens, some danger buttons. So until next time, people, we'll cover the rest. Part the third, because it takes 3 goes at this, as you can see. And maybe by now, Ian Runkle has released his video talking about David Gingras' Arizona bar complaint. Supposedly Ian has recorded something. I'm going to go hunt for it very soon, because if there's more to watch, then there's more to watch. And when it comes to the Arizona bar and David Gingras having a good old flame out on his blog and etc., I'm here to watch the train wreck. All right, everybody, until next time, have a good rest of your day, good rest of your weekend, whenever we happen to be on next. So make sure you have the buttons hit the bell, hit the notifications. YouTube is ASO, Sometimes it'll unsubscribe you and even unnotify you. So make sure that you're current on your settings, however you prefer them. So